Stream Sports, proudly covering local high school athletics and District 10 championships on Stream TV.
Well, good evening and welcome to Drakewell BMX. And what an exciting weekend to be down here at the Myer complex. Our coverage of sports this season made possible by these great sponsors. By Oil Creek Plastics, by Titusville Area Hospital, by Interstate Pipe and Supply, by State Farm Insurance, by Poppies, by Armstrong, by Puppy Lovin', by the Crawford Health Improvement Coalition, by the Education and Training Center at Pitt Titusville, by Marsh Home Center, by Drake Printing, by Vanderhoof Heating and Air Conditioning. Big thanks to our sports supporters. Glad to be down here at the Ed Myer complex here on a beautiful Friday evening. And a man who loves this kind of excitement, Mr. Adam Diem, joins us here this evening. Adam, it is great to have you with us once again.
Luke.
How are you?
I'm well. How are you? I'm trying to get the link for the stream so I can send it to my kids.
Oh, great.
Because they were really tired tonight, so we didn't want to bring them down. But they want to watch it from home, so they can apparently fall asleep to it.
Awesome.
So,
well,
yeah.
Yeah.
So your viewership's going to go up by 3 little ones.
Until they fall asleep.
They'll probably stay logged on.
There you go. I'll tell you what, last year we were here. It was a great night. I know a little bit of rain came through, but still had fireworks last night. I'm just looking out, and I see all these tents. I see the track. I see all the improvements since just from last year.
Yeah.
It is what Dan Hasbrook and his crew have done. It's just absolutely amazing.
Yeah, we're lucky to have this, like right here in our backyard, to have a track this nice, this well maintained. It's just, we're lucky. I was talking to Mike Howard today, and he's been racing down here, since his dad was one of the founders of the track, from what I remember. And he said this is the best it ever looked, So to be able to do this for the community, and then to see all these people coming down here to support for 3 days of racing this weekend. And, they can't see it, but you look around and you can see a few of them over here by the finish line, the campers. I mean, there are just people everywhere right now.
It's just awesome. I was thinking, it's funny, and you run several events in this area where, people start looking at the weather, and if it looks like it could rain, maybe they hold off. Yep. And I think that happened a little bit last year, as Dan was telling us. But you look at this year, they're looking at the weekend going, hey, I think this is going to be great, especially Friday night. Yep. And you see campers out there, tents. This is what he was trying to tell us last year. This is what it could be.
This is what it could be. Yep. And I think, from here it only gets bigger. And then to have the community support like Gibson's coming down and donating the fireworks for tonight, I mean, it elevates the event.
Yes. Absolutely. And speaking of which, as you just mentioned, Gibson had a wonderful display last year, and they're looking to do that again this season. So, it's going to be a fantastic weekend. And I'm seeing like all these racers running around here, and it is fantastic.
There's a lot of them.
Yeah, and, there's what we see in front of us, and then there's all this stuff behind us. Right. By the way, there's a really nice area over here with some beautiful yellow tents with a great logo. Talk about that.
Yeah, well, those are mine.
Oh.
Coincidentally, the Oil Valley Endurance Tent. So that's my company that we do the gravel races through, the Roughneck Gravel Roubaix, and then coming October 18th, we'll have the Rock Oil Foliage Frenzy. We'll wrap up my newly appointed position as varsity soccer coach, and 3 days later go straight into bike race. So it's my wife and I were sitting down looking at the calendar last night, Luke, and we were like, holy cow, the first part of October is going to be busy.
Yeah, you're not going to be breathing until after the holidays.
Yeah.
By the way, congratulations.
Thanks.
Head coach of the Rocket Boys soccer team. A lot of excitement there. We can talk about that later. Yeah. But I know there's a lot of people looking forward to that. A lot of people looking forward to tonight. And, again, really pulling out all the stops here. We're going to have a great performance with our national anthem coming up here in just a little bit.
And it looks like we have the honor guard.
The
from
honor
the
guard is
VFW
here.
tonight.
Yeah.
So I mean, just again, last year we touched on it a lot. That community engagement and the community wrapping their arms around events like this. And you know, just tonight I can look here and I see Titusville Police, Titusville Fire. When I pulled in, I saw the Pleasantville Volunteer Fire Rescue Squad. You know, so that sprawl or that reach of the community support, it just keeps growing.
Yeah. Well, I think I have a parking ticket I have to pay, so they could be here for that.
They could be here for you.
Perhaps.
Just one?
Yeah, just one. Hey, there they are.
I didn't know they ticketed in town anymore. It must just be special for you.
That's right.
Yeah.
Cullen's got a great shot.
Yeah.
I just want to talk about this for a second, Adam. I love the new bleacher locations here for people to get a great shot of their racers. This is fantastic.
Yeah, they so the city, when they do all their milling and paving, they dump all the tailings down here. And they've given Dan kind of carte blanche, use them for what you want. So what he's done is he's reinforced the banks of the turns, but then he's elevated the back of them so you can put bleachers up there. And you'll notice them on the back of all three turns. Which is just great.
Well, you probably felt like you were down here for your event. Well, the route had changed a little bit, right? But in this atmosphere, talk about this year's event back in May.
Yep.
It just seemed like, now it seems like 10 years ago, but it was only
two
over a
months
month
ago.
Yeah,
a month and a half ago. Yeah, so, you know, we were about 1% short on our registration goal this year, Luke, and I blame that a lot on the weather. Are they getting ready to start the national anthem?
I think so.
Here? But we'll give them their space here.
As always, we're going to start with the national anthem. We have the color guard here tonight, and we want to thank them for coming out. And we'll have time for the national anthem right now. We do ask veterans, you may remain covered. All others, remove your hats and place your hands over your hearts. Thank you. Here to sing the national anthem is Jaden Snyder.
Present arms.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we've watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Wow. What a performance. And on top of that, the added fireworks.
I was not
Wow.
expecting that. That was a great touch.
I don't think the honor guard was either. Charlie Castelluccio jumped a little bit.
Yep.
But, you know, you have a powerful performance like that, and then all of a sudden, hey, that was great.
That was amazing. Yeah. So now, Luke, now we got.
Will be posted shortly. They do have a couple changes. There's a couple little screw-ups. We're ready to go videos shortly.
So now I think do you happen to have live betting on your site that we can get some odds on these balance bikers out here going?
Yeah, we're working on that.
Okay,
The Stream TV bet is coming this fall. We didn't want to announce it quite so early.
I'm
but
sorry for that spoiler.
Yeah.
I just think
Boy, District 10 would love to hear that one.
Right? I think it would be great to get some people down here to start betting on these little balance bike kids, because I'll tell you, you watch them and it is just, it makes my day all the time watching these kids on these balance bikes. And then, like Chris Jameson's daughter, she's graduated to pedal bikes, and she started with a balance bike program, and she's made it all the way up through. Now, I don't know if she's ready to race yet, but Chris was down here the other night with her, taking video of her. She rode the whole track, and she's, I want to say 4.
That's
so
incredible.
It's just amazing.
So, as the bike expert.
Oh, well, all right. Well, I'll play along.
Okay.
I stayed at a Holiday Inn last night.
Did you? Okay, yeah, excellent. Well, because I know you get this question all the time. But there is a difference from the bikes that are used here tonight to gravel to other things, right?
Absolutely.
So kind of talk a little bit about that, because people just assume, I think, I can just get a bike and I can do this, I can do gravel, whatever it is.
Yeah, well, and technically, you could ride just about any bike on this, but this track is obviously meant for a BMX bike. A word to the community, we do ask that the e-scooters and those kind of things stay off the track. They put a tremendous amount of work and effort to keep this track as nice as they do.
Yeah.
And it takes a community to keep it that way. But, let's start with what we're going to see on the track first here, and that's going to be, I think it's anyone under 5 that wants to race on balance bikes can. And, in German, these would be called a Laufrad, which means a walking bike. But what these are essentially a scooter or a walking bike that teach you the balance point. And then from there, you can graduate to pedals. And one of the hardest things for our young riders here to learn isn't the balance or the pedaling, but it's both of them at the same time. So by eliminating one of those, they're only having to learn the balance. And then once you see them starting to do like our little friend here in the neon green helmet's doing, when he comes off this, you see how he's putting his feet up and he's balancing perfectly right there. He's just no pushing with his legs. He's just balancing, right? So once we see them start to do that, that's when we start to introduce the pedals.
Yeah.
And this is pretty normal.
Yeah.
In bike racing, Luke, it's not a question of if you're going to crash. It's a question of when.
Right.
Yeah. That's the unfortunate side of this sport. So, but, then from there, they graduate up to a pedal bike. Now, the difference between a pedal bike you would buy at one of our big retailers and a BMX bike is what's called a coaster brake. So a typical pedal bike, like you and I would have got as kids, like a Huffy, right? They're going to have a coaster brake. So if you push backwards on the pedals, they're going to stop, right? Well, the BMX bikes, they have to have a freewheel. So many of them only have a rear brake on the BMX bikes. Now, the park bikes usually have a front and rear brake. Some only have a rear brake. That actually, in my opinion, becomes personal preference. And then from there, it keeps going up. And then you can go to mountain bikes, you can go to gravel bikes, you can go to road bikes, you can go to fixed gear bikes. I mean, it's just kind of whatever discipline you want to get into, you can just, the sky's kind of the limit. They even invented a new wheel size this year. It's the bike industry keeps finding ways to get the consumer to buy new bikes.
So what is your recommendation if somebody's saying to their kid, here's BMX, or boy, there's this great event that you put on and with the gravel. How do you start, and is there a way of testing the waters to really kind of fit what your interests are?
The great thing about Drakewell BMX is they have a garage space here that they have loaner BMX bikes in. So if a kid wants to come try it, they can do that. They also do a summer boot camp, or I think it's in May, but it's like one night a week. You come down here, they teach you how to do the gate, they teach you how to ride the track, everything like that. And then the even better part that I really love what I see about USA BMX, which is kind of the overarching governing body, if you will, is they give any kid that wants to try it their first race is free.
Oh, wow.
So you can come down here. They have helmets. They have bikes. All you need is shoes and a long sleeve shirt, and you can come down here and do it. You know, and then from there, it depends on what you want to get into. If you want to get
Okay, riders,
oh,
photos
now,
are
do we
now
talk when
posted.
he's
Photos are
talking
now
or no?
posted.
We should probably let him.
Okay.
Board, make sure your
Jeff had
name's
this
on
big
there
contract worked out over the
Yeah.
off season.
I know. You know, they actually
first. Make sure it looks
they
like
paid
you're
me
in the right class.
124 million, 1 million more than TJ Watt
No
to come
way.
down here tonight.
That's
Yeah.
fantastic.
So now I'm better than Miles and TJ.
That's right.
Any problems, report it to registration.
You see
I-
what TJ's brother said?
He's not buying dinner anymore.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was just happy we re-signed him.
Yeah.
That he is an energetic person on the field, and to lose that kind of energy, as somebody who's now coaching team sports, you don't want to lose that.
Well, what about, you know, the locker room,
Yeah,
that leadership,
exactly.
that
Yeah.
you need somebody like that in there.
Yeah. And he's a face of the franchise right
Yeah.
now, you know. So
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. And they've made a lot of other great offseason moves. So keeping him, in my opinion, is the right move.
Yep, absolutely.
So,
Well, how did you get started with gravel? And tell us your story.
Yeah, so let's see. I was living in Roanoke and I was doing triathlons, and then I quit. I decided I didn't like running as much, so I switched to just riding bikes. And that's when I started road racing. And then I road raced, man, it's been well over 20 years that I've been racing now. And then, you know, we lived overseas for a while where I was doing a lot of road, and I kind of started dabbling in gravel there, but it was before gravel was really its own discipline. And then when we moved back, you know, we were in greater Cleveland where there's a lot more vehicles than there is around here. And
Wait.
yeah.
Is there a Great Cleveland?
No, greater. Like
I know,
the
but
greater metro.
What just
no.
makes it sound like there should be like a Cleveland or a
there's
Great
no-
Cleveland, and then there's greater than.
No, there's
like
nothing other
okay.
than the mistake on the lake.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
All
yeah,
right.
just so we're all
I
clear.
just want to. Yeah, good. Yeah.
But you know, I got tired of kind of playing car tag and riding on the main roads, so I figured out where I could ride, and I got a lot more into gravel as a result, because gravel roads tend to have lower volume of cars, and you know, they're generally safer. And then gravel racing kind of just took off, and it's still one of the fastest growing, aside from e-bikes, disciplines of bicycling currently in the country, actually in the world. That's where a lot of the technology is coming from right now in the road/gravel industry. Yeah. So.
And then you just happen to be thinking, oh my gosh, you know, I grew up in a place
Right.
where this would be perfect.
Right. Well, I was in Kansas. I'd clicked my red heels together.
Yeah.
And somehow I ended up there at a gravel race.
Oh wow.
And you know, there was a lot less trees in the Plain States, and I was hot, and I was like, I think I was probably hallucinating at the time, and I said, I think we should have a gravel race in Titusville, because we have a plethora of gravel roads, and the Pennsylvania gravel scene is actually growing hands over feet right now. I mean, it's just more and more events, more and more enthusiasm behind it, more and more support from local, state, and even this year, Luke, our 250-mile route went through the National Forest.
Yeah.
And the Department of Interior is all about it in areas like that.
That's
you
great.
know? So, we went in, I think I had to get 27 township permission letters this year, not to mention county and city and boroughs, and
Wow.
it is an undertaking. I mean, I have already started working on 2026 in planning those routes, and
That's great.
Yeah.
So we live in an area where people sort of need to see it or experience it to get it.
Yep.
Because you were jumping up and down saying, this event here is going to bring people to our community.
Yeah.
And the first year, it absolutely did. Not only that, but you had people that came in to race from all over the place,
All
right?
over the place,
And what did they say? Hey, this is great. I can bring
Yeah.
my family here.
Exactly. Yeah, and that's really been my drive from the beginning. Isn't just promoting the race, but getting people to come, bring their families. And you know, we do it Memorial Day weekend, and that's semi-intentional. Part of it was there just weren't a lot of open dates at the time when we started. And the other part of it was I wanted people to come here. I want them to bring their families. And I want them to experience, you know, the Allegheny River and maybe go do a float down the Allegheny from Titusville to Tionesta, or, you know, go do a float on French Creek, or go fly fishing in Oil Creek, or, you know, I want them to come, see it, experience it, and then keep coming back. And that's the exciting part that I hear from our restaurant owners in town. They're obviously busy event weekend, but, you know, Chad up at Fat Chad's has said to me, dude, I see all these bikes on roofs now that I never saw before.
Yeah.
Or on the hitch racks, you know, and I think that's great, because that means not only are they coming for the event, but the word's getting out there, and they're coming here just to ride. So.
And that support grows because people are seeing that and going, okay, now I get it.
Yeah.
Hitting that jump over there, but make sure you have helmets, please. Helmets on the jump.
Personally, I think it should be helmets if you're on a bike, but
Oh, there you go.
yeah, it just makes it a lot easier. That's actually a rule with USA Cycling and road racing. If your leg is over the top tube, you have to have a helmet on, or they can disqualify you on the spot as officials. They don't generally enforce it that strictly, but they can if you make it a thing.
So you kind of bring up a good point there. With your event, it requires a lot of volunteers and help to put that together.
Yeah.
I would imagine after that first year, you had people that said, "Hey, I sign me up for next year. I get it now.
Absolutely.
Where do you want
yeah.
me?"
Yeah, and that's been the really nice thing. You know, the first year, it was kind of like, you want me to do what now? Or volunteer for what? People are coming to just ride their bikes on our dirt roads, and now it's, you know, people are like, hey, same weekend this year, where can I be?
Yeah.
Which is exciting, you know. But it's no different than this. I mean, the amount of volunteers here tonight, but not even tonight, that have been working all week to cut the grass, to weed whack, to paint the lines, to
Glue the track.
glue the track, and then after they mow it and weed whack, then they have to go through and leaf blow it all to get all the clippings off there. And I still saw deer tracks on there.
Yeah.
So,
Well, I've been looking since we got here at it's just that top layer of the track and that glue that they put down, and that takes a lot of work. And I think Dan and his crew do it overnight or something like that.
well,
'cause
yeah,
it has to be cool.
It has to be cool. It can't be in the direct sun.
Yeah.
So they come down here at dusk. They flip the lights on, and they're working for 3 to 4 hours. I think it takes them to get one layer. And the ideal situation is several layers of glue, because then it repels and sheds the water. Well, this year it's been really hard because we had a really wet spring.
Yeah.
You know, and you can look at this track and you can see the parts that have glued well because it glistens. So I'm guessing it's going to be a fast track tonight. You know, it's starting to cool off. The sun's going down. Somebody was nice and put this tarp up behind us to
I'll tell you,
shield
this
us,
is fantastic.
man.
Yeah, nicely done. I don't see your logo on it.
No,
though.
well, I thought you wanted a green screen so we could get TJ and Miles in here.
Yeah,
arguing
I could have put a camera here. We could have done
see?
that. Wow.
Next year.
That's
Always improving.
Yeah, like the track. And by
Yeah.
the way, there's I don't recall the lights, the signal lights.
Yeah, so those are an improvement this year
Yeah.
here at the bottom of the start ramp. Those signal lights and the speakers. That was some feedback from the riders that they were having trouble hearing the count, the riders ready, watch the gate, beep, 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 beep. And so, they were able to find those this year. They redid the hydraulics on the start gate. Like Tyler Henderson and Henderson Electric, donated time and materials to come down here and help us redo all the lights. We set new poles to get them up higher.
Oh, nice.
To spread out that light cone, if you will, further. So it just really came together really nice this year.
I remember last year. We're talking minutes before everything was supposed to start. You were out there
on a scissor lift, putting a rat's nest together and trying to get things to work. And thankfully this year I enlisted a pro, so it wasn't me getting shocked. So, yeah.
You're like, yep.
Yeah, and it was just, I think for so long everything had been put together by volunteers, and everybody was trying to do what they thought was the best way with what they had. And finally I just went, Dan kind of tasked me with it. And Tyler and I have known each other since, we got our Eagle Scouts together. And I was probably 12 when I met him. And, we've kept in touch. So 30 years.
Wow.
So, yeah. And when I asked him to help, he said, his first question was, is it for a bunch of adults or for kids? And I said, well, mostly for kids. But there are some adults that race. He said, if it's for kids, I'm all in.
Oh, that's great.
And I generally see that in the community. Like, if there's something this community can do to help elevate for our kids and for the community in general, they're all in. People want to help. People want to be involved. It's just sometimes they just don't know how to get involved. So, but if anybody's interested in volunteering down here at BMX, one thing you can do is reach out to him on the Facebook page. If you know Dan Hasbrook, you can go see him at the physical therapy office and ruffle his feathers a little bit and tell him you want to come down here and volunteer. His wife, Lauren's, probably a lot nicer person to talk to, but, So, Luke, how's things with Stream TV?
I was just talking to Ken Leach. We just finished up spring sports.
Yep.
Our last game was the Monday before graduation. First round in state playoffs, right? Good job
baseball,
for the baseball,
right?
yeah. And people think, oh, you got a couple months. Well, when Dan last year said, hey, how about BMX? Yeah, sure. And then this year, I think last year was the end of June. This year, we're in mid-July already. But, yeah, we go from, one right into planning for fall and, just getting that all together. So always busy. And, of course, morning drill rolls on. So, but, yeah. First football game is August 22nd.
Is that when it is?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you've got soccer practice starting here in a couple weeks?
Yeah, we have mandatory practice starting August 11th, and then we have our first scrimmage, I believe, the 18th against Grove City, at Grove City. And then that following Saturday, the 23rd, is our first game.
Wow.
I mean, it is upon us, I keep warning these kids that they better not come to practice and be tired and,
All right, we're just about ready to get going. Once again, welcome. We're going to start with striders over here on the back straight. Motor number 1 is going to be the 5 and over balance bikes. 5 and over, we need Mike Murdoch and Emmy Jameson. Mini Mike, we need you to the line.
Jeff's the track announcer, but you can see his son, Chris, there along with Dan Hasbrook lineup. Boy, I'll tell you what, this is, again...
It's a family affair.
It is. It is.
Yeah. Well, and I know Dan had his sister Terry and her daughter down here. They were painting some of the rails again and just kind of sprucing up the place.
Yep.
As my mother-in-law would say, redden up the room. I still don't know what that means, but evidently it's some old slang to clean up or get ready a room or,
I don't think if I have any red rooms.
Yeah.
No.
You should.
Yeah.
I'll tell Amy.
All right, we're
you
ready
need
to
a
go.
paint
Go ahead and
project.
give them
Yeah, that's right.
Sorry, Luke. I had my mic, out of the way there.
I don't. For some reason, people want to hear what you have to say.
Yeah,
So I
trying to
don't know
go.
why.
Moto number 1
Yeah.
is Mini Mike Murdoch and Emmy Jameson. Into the turn, it's going to be Mini Mike. Murdoch's got the lead. Jameson in the 2. Coming around and going up and down onto the back straight. That's still going to be Murdoch with the top spot. Mike Murdoch has a big lead coming down to the finish line. First moto of the night's going to go to Mini Mike. Murdoch picks up the win. Emmy Jameson in there for the second. 4-year-olds are next. We got Hank Falco, Sidney Matters, and Jameson Holmes.
yeah, nice job.
And Carter. Don't remember Carter's last name. Holmes is in the yellow. Okay.
It's like one of those sports that
And
would
they
teach
take
you
off. That looks
patience.
like that's going to be
It's
Holmes coming
sometimes.
to the front. Jamison Holmes is going to have the lead. Maybe Hank Falco holding on in second spot. Let's go. Maybe Sidney Matters down in 2 spot. Out in front, that's Jamison Holmes out of Lower Borough, PA. Holmes has the lead.
And he is
running
running away with it.
It's
Oh,
Holmes for the top
wipeout.
spot. Gonna say Hank Falco holding on to the 2. Matters in for the 3.
man.
In the 3 spot is going to be Matters, and in the 4 is going to be Carter.
That hurts. It's always a question when you crash in front of a big crowd like this, if it's your pride that's hurt or you're actually hurt.
All right, Moto number 3. Are we ready for Moto 3?
Yeah, hopefully
The 3-year-olds and under.
after
we're
a few
starting
minutes
them
he'll be
on
out
the
running
Oh,
around.
yeah, he'll be, Unlike us, these
Can't
kids
make
kind
it
of
up.
bounce.
That's right.
Yeah, we tend to break
Turn
things when
number
we
3,
fall
so
like
we're going to
that.
have the 3-year-olds on the back straight, Deacon Westcott, Barrett Comfort, and Carson Grief. Which one's Deacon? Can't see the numbers.
I was down here earlier, Luke, at about 3:30. Dan needed some extra coolers and stuff. And, of course, for my event, I have a plethora of those kind of things. So anytime he needs it down here, I just bring it down. And I couldn't believe at 3:30 there had to be 5 RVs and 20 of these easy up tents set up already. I mean, it was like I was just kind of blown away. I was not expecting to see that when I pulled in down here. So,
Yeah.
All right, they're coming out of the gate. These are the 3-year-olds, Deacon Westcott, Barrett Comfort, Carson Grief. That's going to be Comfort and Grief. Here comes Westcott coming across the line. Those are the
Oh.
3-year-olds.
It meant
Quick
these
race
kids,
down the
man.
finish line.
Luke, one of the best parts is when you're actually over there. And my
And
son
we have
races
the
this.
2-year-old class.
Typically, he's 2.5. And one of the best parts
2-year-olds,
is
Colton
just the
Swigert,
smiles
Zoe
you see on their
Achenbach,
faces.
Deacon
Oh, I'm
Coleman,
sure.
And Evie Nahe. Four in the sheet, 3 on the line. Hey, it looks like they take off. I'm going to go with Evie Nahe. Nahe's got the top spot. The 356 is Swigert in second. Nahe, Swigert riding 1 and 2. I'm going to say Zoe Achenbach in the 3 spot. We're going to go second time through. Going to run them 5-year-olds once again, Murdoch and Jamison. And once
go.
again, out of the gate, it's going to be Mini Mike to the top side. Emmy Jamison on the backside. Headed around the cones, it's Murdoch with a big lead. Jamison trying to catch up down the last straight. Up and over, it's going to be Murdoch. Mike Murdoch going to bring this one down to the line. Murdoch and Jamison going to finish 1-2 for the 5-year-olds.
I think one of the great parts about this balance bike program they have here,
4-year-olds, second time through, 4-year-olds.
finish that in a second.
And coming out, looks like maybe Falco's got the inside. Here comes Jamison Holmes. Holmes is going to have the lead. Falco right behind him in the 2nd spot. Sidney Matters holds on to the 3 spot. Carter Vincent back into 4. Coming down the last straight, it's going to be Jamison
Let's see if he can
Holmes.
keep it
Holmes
upright this
goes
time.
wire to wire,
There we go.
Makes it 2 for 2. 2nd spot, Falco riding in the 3 spot. Matters holds off. Carter's going to get the 4.
That was close back there.
Yeah. So one of the great things about this balance bike program here at the Drakewell BMX is this crew also assists the Y with a winter balance bike
3-year-olds, we need
program.
one more rider. Deacon Westcott,
Look at that.
Barrett Comfort, Carson Grief.
Oh, yeah.
Do we got a hood we can go under to check that instant replay next time?
Yeah. Yeah,
All
replay
right,
assist
they're
is
out of the
available
gate.
for
Let's
everybody
go
down
with
on the
Maybe
Excellent,
track.
Barrett
yeah.
Comfort. Comfort's got the top spot. Grief in the 2. Comfort, Grief, Westcott, 1, 2, and 3. Down to the line. Comfort going to bring this one in. Carson Grief gets the 2. Deacon Westcott for the 3.
It's funny. I'm reminded of like track or cross country because
Second
some
time
kids
through, motor
will
number
slow
4.
up
These are
right at that
2-year-olds.
finish line
Yeah.
instead
I
of
see one of
crossing
them
it and
is
then
a
slowing. You
Yeah,
know.
yeah. I always instruct people you race through the line, not to the line, but through it. Yeah. Yeah.
Colton Swigert, Zoe Achenbach, Deegan Cole, and Evie Nahe.
It's like herding wet cats, getting all those 2-year-olds up there.
What's that conversation do you think like between like these two? It's like, yeah, I just outfitted my bike with this, or
Right.
it's
Yeah,
like,
absolutely.
hey, do you like cheese on your pizza? Or
What
pepperoni?
tire pressure are you running today? Are you on clipless pedals yet? Or hey, check out this rock I found. You want to go play in the creek instead of racing bikes tonight? Maybe we can catch a turtle. Now see that boy's still standing there on the right side of the screen.
Oh, looks like they're
That's
taking
his
off
little
now.
sister
These
there in
are
the pink helmet.
two-year-old class. Up in the first spot is Colton Swigert. Swigert's got the lead. Moving into that 2 spot, Evie Nahe. Riding in a 3 spot, I'm going to guess Zoe Achenbach. Coming down to the line, that's the way it's going to be. Swigert's going to pick up the win.
Nicely done.
One more time through for the Striders.
Nicely done.
Amy Jamison and Mike Murdoch. And we got Murdoch on the inside, Jamison on the outside. Murdoch goes to the front side. That leaves Jamison the back side. Coming around the turn, it's still going to be Murdoch with the lead.
Oh, she's
Here
gaining on
comes
him this
Emmy, though,
time.
on a charge. Up and over into the last straight. It's Murdoch, Jamison, no change-ups. Mike Murdoch's going to take it wire to wire, and 3 for 3 for the night. Murdoch for the win, Jamison for the 2. Falco, Matters, Holmes, and Vincent in the last one.
So Luke, this month, it is one of my favorite months of the year because
And they take off. It's going to be Holmes. Jamison Holmes on the top spot. Looks like we got in the second spot Sydney Matters. Holmes and Matters riding 1 and 2. Hank Falco back into 3. Now Falco makes a move in to the second spot. Everything happening behind Jamison Holmes. He crosses the line for the win. Falco going to get the 2. Carter Vincent going to get that 3. And in the 4 spot, Sydney Matters.
oh, they're starting the young kids further back on this round.
Going from the back this time, it's going to be Westgate, Comfort, and Grief for the 3-year-olds. And coming out of the gate, I'm going to say maybe Comfort. Westgate holds on to that 2 spot. Comfort, Westgate, and Grief. They've gone around the turn. We'll see if they can make it up the hill. It is going to be still Barrett Comfort. Comfort on the top spot. He goes up and over. Finish line in sight. Comfort. Deacon Westgate going to take the 2 spot. Westgate in the 2. Carson Grief going to get the 3. We're going to race the 2-year-olds one more time. Swigert, Achenbach, and Nahe. And there they go. It's Evie Nahe on the outside. Colton Swigert on the inside. Now Swigert takes the lead. They're coming into the turn. It'll be Swigert, Nahe, and Achenbach.
Cutting through the cones there.
Colton Swigert, Titusville rider out in front. That's going to be Swigert.
I love that
Nahe
support,
out of
yeah.
Huffington, holding on to that 2 spot. It'll be Zoe Achenbach riding in the 3 spot from Temple, Pennsylvania. But down to the line, picking up the win in the 2-year-old class, Colton Swigert. Swigert will be your winner.
Big brothers
Evie
have a way of
Nahe in the
protecting little
222,
sisters.
Pretty in pink.
Nice job.
Looking around and posing for pictures. Takes it down to the line. She will get the 2nd spot. Zoe Achenbach up and over. The race isn't over until Zoe says so. And at the line, Achenbach will pick up the 3. That'll conclude our Strider racing. We get about the first 10 motos into staging for pedal bikes.
All right. So July.
So July. It is Tour de France month.
Yeah.
And it is on fire right now. Yesterday, Tadej Pogacar, who is the favorite to win, retook yellow from Ben Healy from Ireland. Tadej is a phenom. He is arguably the greatest of all time based on what he's doing right now. And yesterday, his closest rival, Jonas Vingegaard, he put over 2 minutes into him on one of the hardest climbs of the tour.
Wow.
And then today, so that put him 3 minutes and change up on him. And then today was an uphill time trial on another mountain climb, and he beat him by 26 seconds. And these are two of the best. You know, I mean, the next closest guy behind him was a minute and a half today. So it is just on fire. I fear, though, that in the 11th stage out of 21, the race is over. Because a 4-minute lead can allow Tadej and his team, UAE, to just go on the defense.
Yeah.
And all they have to do is protect and respond rather than instigate and be aggressive. You know, so but I think it'll make for some good bike racing, I hope, the rest of the year. So.
Well, sports-wise, I try to watch a little Wimbledon. Didn't get a chance to watch any this year.
Well, we had the All-Star game the other night.
Yeah, I didn't watch a second of it. Did you?
I did not, but I did catch the highlights of the home run derby.
Yeah.
Where we had our good old Bucko knocking the longest home run in home run derby history.
That's right.
Now on the gate, we have girls cruisers, 13 to 14-year-old. It says we got Eliana.
Check out these purple braids.
Della Kirkland.
Oh, wow. Lane one over there.
And Big Deborah. And the first gate drops. We're headed down. It looks like out of the center it's going to be Della Kirkland. Kirkland and Reese Harry side by side. Kirkland's going to take the lead coming out of the turn onto the second straight. It is still Kirkland followed by Harry, the Halloween Queen, in the third spot. That's Eliana.
The Halloween Queen.
And in the fourth spot, that's Big D. Coming down to the last straight, it's going to be Zimmerman. Back into 3. Reese Harry going to take a move in the last turn. Harry's going to have the lead.
Oh!
Going to be Della Kirkland. Looks like taking a little spill on the last straight. Harry's going to pick up the win. The Halloween Queen in for 2. Big Deborah gets the 3. Checking back.
Man, that final straight's proving tough tonight.
And
That's
Della
2.
Kirkland.
Got her bars all
Checking to
twisted
make sure
up.
all the pieces still work.
By the way, the time on the bottom of your screen is not official. It's just sort of a guide. So we're not tapped into the official system at all, but it just gives you an idea.
Hey, Luke, my motto is you fake it till you make it. So we'll go with official.
Yeah. Welcome to our sports coverage.
And coming out of the gate, I'm seeing on the inside, that's going to be Simpless. Vincent Simpless is going to have the lead. Going to see maybe Asher Schumann now in the 2 spot. As they head down the second straight, Simpless is in control of it. It is Simpless in the 2 spots. That's the 20.
Flying.
Owen Stanton. Schumann back in the 3 spot. Noah Neiman back in the 4. Vincent Simpless out of Cannonsburg, PA, with a big lead around the last turn. Owen Stanton from New Franklin, Ohio, holds on to that 2 spot. Asher Schumann from McKeesport holding on to the 3 and bringing up the 4th spot. It's going to be Noah Neiman from Pittsburgh.
I'll tell you, one time last summer, Jeff was on vacation, and Dan asked me to do his job announcing.
7 now, 14
it's not easy.
cruisers.
No.
We got Jackson Sundquist, Ivan Miranda, and Xander Young.
I'll tell you one thing I like about the sport. It's just up next and goes. Yeah.
Yep. There is no,
3 wide down the front straight. I see Sundquist coming hard from the outside. That is going to be Jackson Sundquist. Sundquist got the lead. Looks like maybe Young in the 2 spot. Xander Young, yes, in the 2 spot. That's going to be Young riding in the 3 spot. It's going to be Miranda. Halfway around, halfway to go. It's all Sundquist out in front. Jackson Sundquist around the final turn. Down from Jamestown, New York. The 2 spot is going to be, I think, was that the 3? I believe the 3 of Xander Young out of Athens, PA. Miranda is going to come across in 3rd from Elmira, New York. 15-year-old cruisers, 6 guys on the gate. We got Brett Seawalt, Tom Wagner, Logan Weaver, Dawson Sundquist, Nathan Sobacek, and Maxwell Shumway. And coming out of the gate, I believe that is going to be Tobacek coming across, coming around the turn. We'll see how it shakes out coming on this 2nd straight. Up and over, that is the 44 of Tobacek. Tobacek still has the lead, but he's got all kinds of heat on his back wheel, side by side for that 2nd spot. Coming to the last turn, nothing
This is going to be a tight
Tobacek
one.
still out in front. Coming down to the line, looks like he's going to take it wire to wire. Speed bump, Tobacek picking up the win. Go from the big guys to the little guys, 5 and under-year-old novices. Nolan Westcott, Caden Grief, Paxton Irwin, Brexley Robinson, Haven Confer, and Waylon Westcott.
Hayden Confer is a graduate of the boot camp from May and liked it so much she made her dad go get her a bike. And
Wow.
And she just graduated kindergarten.
And the gate drops. We'll see how it goes. Looks like maybe Robinson. Is that Brexley Robinson? Headed towards the turn. It's going to be Robinson showing the way. Coming around turn number 1. We got Brexley Robinson out in front of the pack in the 2:06. The 2nd spot's the 2:15 of Nolan Westcott. It is Robinson, Westcott, the 2:34, Caden Grief riding in the 3 spot. The 3:62, Haven Confer holds on to the 4. Paxton Irwin in the 5. Waylon Westcott in the 6. As they stretch it out now, it's all Brexley Robinson out of Sayre, PA. Robinson's got the lead. Westcott trying to reel it in on the last straight. Robinson and Westcott. Let's go Brexley Robinson from Sayre. Wire to wire, picking up the win in the 5 and under novices. Westcott's going to get the 2. For the 5 and under novice class. Good race. Moving to 7-year-old novices. We got Walter Roswald, Grange Bowler, Niles Falco, and Ella McClintock. And coming out of the gate, I see the yellow one. That's going to be Roswald. Roswald's going to be on the top spot. Looks like maybe Grange Bowler going to get right on his back wheel coming around the turn. Roswald now taking a big lead out of the turn. Bowler riding in the 2 spot. Niles Falco riding in 3 spot. Ella McClintock in the 4. It's bike number 6 out in front. Walter Roswald from Export, PA on the top spot. Roswald continues to lead down the 3rd straight, trying to pull away. Grange Bowler trying to keep it close. Coming to the last turn. Roswald and Bowler 1-2. Roswald getting out to a big lead. Keep the rubber side down on the last straight. He's going to have this one. Roswald crosses the line for the win. Grange Bowler in for the 2. Looks like Niles Falco going to hold on for that 3 spot. Ella McClintock right in there in the mix, going to get the 4. We got moto number 11 on the gate. 8-year-old novices, April Achenbach, Eamon Sanford, and the fast lady, Brindley Kohler.
You can just move them too. We can just move them. So tomorrow, we can just, we're allowed to put them in the minute. Okay. Yep, that's not a problem.
At the gate of the drop, I'm saying Sanford now on the inside. Eamon Sanford from Oil City has the top spot. Sanford, here comes Kohler though on the inside. Brindley Kohler holding on to that second spot. Still going to be Sanford and Kohler, 1 and 2, riding in the 3 spot. April Achenbach. As they come to turn number 2, it's still Sanford, the fast lady, trying to find a way around him. Honking the horn, flashing the headlights, trying to find a way around. It's still going to be Sanford showing the way. Sanford and Kohler. Here comes Kohler. Look at that move in the last turn. Brindley Kohler goes from second to the lead. And the fast lady takes it to the line. Kohler for the win. Sanford for the 2. Achenbach picks up the 3.
I think we could get Jeff to get on with Mr. Barnes for
Motor
some
number
soccer
12.
announcing.
10-year-old
Yeah.
novice, Grayson Lawson, Nathan Evans, Chandler Achenbach, and Elena McClintock.
I was thinking maybe you could join Larry Colmus and call some Kentucky Derby.
There we
or-
go. Yeah, I mean, he's got the
And
step
coming
by
out of the
step.
gate, that looks like a good jump for McClintock.
I keep waiting for him to say, and they're
McClintock's
off.
gonna be maybe Nathan Evans.
Parker,
Get it shake.
after hours ride, fast.
Dead Mike.
Dead Mike.
Anyhow, coming on down, it's still going to be the 145. 145 now on the top spot, 364 in the second. Grayson Lawson is your leader. McClintock in the 2 spot. Lawson, McClintock, Chandler Achenbach in the 3 spot. And in the 4 spot, we're looking at Nathan Evans. But coming down the last straight now, it's going to be Grayson Lawson. Lawson comes down to the line, picks up the win. McClintock will be there to pick up the 2nd spot, riding in the 3 spot, Chandler Achenbach. And crossing the line in 4th will be Nathan Evans.
I think I had that in my pocket.
Motor number 13 now, 6-year-old intermediates, Cruz Sewall, Dean Matters, Alec Westcott, Carter Lashinsky, Parker Coolman Kohler, and Albie Nahe. And out of the gate they come about 3 wide. Looks like maybe Sewall. And I'm going to say maybe on the inside, Alec Westcott. Westcott going to show the way down onto the 2nd straight. Out in front.
Well, this is going to be a
Alec
close one.
Westcott. Here comes Parker Kohler. Westcott and Kohler riding 1 and 2. Kohler takes the low side, moves into the lead. Kohler going to lead down the 3rd straight. Westcott now in the chase mode. Riding into 3 spot, I believe that is going to be maybe Lashinsky.
Pink shoes.
Coming out of the turn onto the last straight, it is going to be Parker Kohler bringing this one in. The cool man picks up the win. Westgate is in there for the 2. More intermediates on the gate. We got 7-year-olds, Moto 14, Bennett Jameson, Grayson Furman, Colson Holmes, and Peanut is all I got. And they come charging out of the gate. It's 4 wide. Nobody taking control. Now it looks like that's going to be Sonic coming from the outside. That's going to be Holmes with the lead. Bennett the Jet Jameson holding on to that 2nd spot. Coming down the 2nd straight, it is going to be Holmes, Jameson, 1-2. Grayson Furman back in the 3 spot. Peanut holding up the 4.
Push it, Gray. Go get him. Go get him.
Coming around the turn, it's still going to be Holmes showing the way. Holmes has the top spot. Jameson in the 2nd spot, but here comes Furman with a head of steam into the last turn. It is still going to be Sonic Holmes. Holmes on the top spot. Sonic's going to pick up the win. Coming down to the line, Benny the Jet holds on for 2nd. Furman's going to get the 3 spot. In the 4 spot, Peanut out of Edinburgh. Motor number 15, 8-year-old intermediates, Jackson Wilcomb, Everett Harry, and Noah Neiman. Eight-year-old intermediates, they head down the front straight. Looks like maybe Wilcomb coming from the outside. Noah Neiman's got the inside in the pink. It will be Wilcomb, Neiman, Everett Harry back in the 3. As they come up and over, it's going to be the 57 out in front, Jackson Wilcomb. The number 1 in the 2 spot, still Noah Neiman. Right in the mix is still Everett Harry, looking at the 3 spot, but looking for more. Around the final turn, Jackson Wilcomb out of Pittsburgh has the top spot. Wilcomb out of Pittsburgh. Neiman also out of Pittsburgh. It's going to be Pittsburgh 1-2. Everett Harry from Reynoldsville picks up the 3rd spot.
And there is a lot here tonight.
There, yeah.
These are 9-year-old intermediates. Turbo Tyler Thomas, Braxton Zimmerman, Dylan Delaverne, Jackson Furcatch, Frank the Tank, Ross Wog, and Riker Donovan.
I'm going to walk downstairs, Luke, see if I can't get us a list of these motos so
Okay.
we can see where we're at and see what we got.
Sounds good.
And they come charging out of the hill. It looks like that might be Ross Wog on the inside.
Jumping jack.
Coming around the turn.
Jack's fur catches in the lead.
It's going to be Furcatch. Furcatch has the top spot. Moving into that 2 spot, that is the 67. Make that Delaverne in the 2 spot. Turbo Tyler in the 3, but here comes Rosswog. Rosswog now with a good jump. Furcatch still on the top spot. Nothing settled for second yet. Looks like it's going to be Dylan Delaverne for the 2. Furcatch gets the win. Down to the line. What a battle there. Furcatch got the 2.
Said he's gonna go get you batteries.
Moto number 17 now, 13-year-old intermediates. Leah Puttkamp, Ryan Williams, Michael Fisher, Callie Uteg, Della Kirkland, John Hollabaugh, and Bryson Galvin.
Are you waiting for the weekend? Are you waiting for tomorrow to ride?
And charging out of the gate.
This is the best it's been. So I can ride.
We'll see how they shake out coming into the turn. I did not catch the number coming into 1. I'll know all these names by the end of the weekend, though. Coming down the 2nd straight. We're looking at the 38 out in front. That is going to be Bryson Galvin. Galvin's got the top spot. The Gold Cup number 3 of Leah Puttkamp in the 2nd spot. Galvin, Puttkamp. Della Kirkland riding in that 3 spot. Coming around the turn, it is Bryson Galvin out of Canandaigua, New York. Galvin takes it down to the line. Puttkamp's going to get the 2 spot. And in for the 3 will be Della Kirkland. 14-year-old intermediates now. 3 riders on the gate. Ethan Sagath, Nathan Morrow, and Sandy. And coming out of the gate, that is going to be Santos coming out of the center. He's going to have the lead down the 1st straight. It'll be Santos, followed by Morrow and Sagath in one or the other order. It is still going to be Santos showing the way. Sandy, bike number 28, has the top spot. The 75 riding in 2nd, that's going to be Sagath out of Cheswick, PA. Nathan Morrow riding in the 3 spot from Albion. But a big lead out in front. Santos is going to have this coming down to the line. All the way to the line. Santos for the win. 2nd spot, Sagath. 3rd spot, Morrow. Moto number 19, we got 26 to 35-year-old intermediates. Nicholas Calvetti, Tyler Achenbach, and Jimmy Morrison.
I think the most motos I've ever seen is 16. And we have 28 tonight.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
And they come out of the gate. Achenbach got a really good jump. But it's going to be Jim Morrison going to take the lead into the turn. Jimmy Morrison has the top spot now in and out of the turn. Up and over. Morrison has the top spot. 2nd spot still going to go to Nicholas Calvetti. And in the 3 spot, the 124 of Tyler Achenbach. Down the straight. Morrison. Jimmy Morrison. Down to the line. Morrison's going to have the win. Calvetti gets the 2. Achenbach will be in for the 3.
All right, somebody lit his fire.
Yeah, he took right off out of there.
Jim Morrison.
Yeah.
6, a 7, and an 8-year-old. Eliana Zimmerman, Gabriella Williams, and Arya Kowal.
The Halloween Queen is back.
Yeah, that's
there.
right.
And I can see why she gets her nickname.
When you see 3 single-digit riders in the same moto, you know it's going to be a good one. Codewall riding the number 1 comes to the front. It's going to be Zimmerman and Williams battling for the 2 spot. Let's go Codewall with the lead.
Oh, she's taking her to
Williams
the
holds
line
on to
there.
the 2. Here comes the Halloween Queen, the purple braids flying in the air, riding in the 3 spot. Coming around the turn, it's still going to be Codewall. Out to the lead. Zimmerman makes a nice move in turn number 2, takes the 2nd spot away. As they go to the final turn, it is Codewall, Zimmerman, and Williams to the line. Arya Codewall out of New Kensington picks up the win. The Halloween Queen gets the 2nd spot. Williams in for 3. 10-year-old experts on the gate: Seth Kirkland, Jaden Weldon, Carter Gillen, Asher Schumann, Logan Cesare, and Garrett, also Cesare. And they come charging out of the gate. Let's go. Maybe Kirkland coming hard out of the center. Seth Kirkland into the turn. And out of the turn with the lead. It'll be Kirkland on the top spot. He's got all kinds of heat coming from that. Looks like the 8 of Weldon. Jaden Weldon in the 2 spot. Looking for more. Kirkland holds him off. It's still Kirkland and Weldon riding 1 and 2. Gonna say Logan riding in the 3 spot. Somebody tell me how to pronounce the name right next time through. But out in front, it looks like your winner is going to be Weldon getting there first. Kirkland back for the 2. Logan holding on to that 3. Moto number 22. 11 experts: Vincent Semplis, Jacob Mitchell, Callie Delaverne, and Liam Sherman. Out of the gate, Semplis pulls ahead real quick. It'll be Semplis with the lead, being chased by Mitchell and Sherman. Delaverne back in the 4 spot. Coming down the 2nd straight, still going to be Semplis on the top spot. Riding in the 2 spot, that is Jacob Mitchell. Semplis, Mitchell, battle for the 3rd spot. Looks like Delaverne making a move in turn number 2 to take the 3 spot back. Up in front, though, it's all Vincent Semplis. Semplis has the top spot. Jacob Mitchell holding on to the 2 spot. Semplis picking up the win. Mitchell, the runner-up. Delaverne going to pick up that 3 spot. Motor number is 23. We got 12-year-old experts: Jack Pascuzzi, Micah Bowers, and Ivan Miranda. Coming out of the gate, nobody taking control yet. I'm seeing the number 2 from the outside, Micah Bowers.
Phew.
Micah King Kitty Bowers now has it coming down that 2nd straight. It will be Bowers holding on to the 2nd spot. Ivan Miranda, Bowers, Miranda are 1-2. Pascuzzi in the 3. But coming down the 3rd straight into the final turn, Micah Bowers out of Pittsburgh has the top spot. Not looking back and pulling away. Big lead. Bowers is going to pick up the win. Ivan Miranda has the 2 spot with Pascuzzi taking the 3.
Now, this is just me, but I don't know if I would be showboating unless
Motor
I
number
had a solid
24,
lead.
Xander Young, Hunter Harmon, Ethan
I wouldn't be doing it at all. I'd be concerned about wrecking, but
Right, yeah, yeah.
And coming out of the gate, I'm seeing Ethan Hasbrook on the inside. Hasbrook on the inside. I'm going to say maybe Harmon or Young on the outside. It's definitely Easy E out in front. That is going to be the 13 of Ethan Hasbrook. Hasbrook on the top spot. Hunter Harmon in the 2 spot. Riding in the 5, it's going to be Xander Young. Down the 3rd straight, it's still Ethan Hasbrook with the top spot. Hasbrook comes around the turn. One last turn, one last straight to go for Hasbrook. Hasbrook, Harmon, and Young. Ethan Hasbrook picking up the win in 13 expert. moves us up to the 14-year-old experts. It's going to be Jackson Sundquist, Nolan Schumann, Ethan Weilacher, Glenn Sherman, and Liam Purchase.
It's about to get fast.
And coming out of the gate, I'm going to say I'm looking for Purchase coming from the 4 spot there into the turn. Liam Purchase comes out with the lead. It will be Purchase, the second spot. Looks like that's going to be the 13 of Jackson Sundquist. The 31 right behind him is going to be Nolan Schumann. I hear some banging behind him, but I don't know what it was. But it's going to be out in front, still going to be Liam Purchase with the top spot. Purchase on the top spot. Sundquist holding on to that second spot. Schumann going to get the 3. 15-year-old expert is Dawson Sundquist, Logan Weaver, Ty Williams, Speed Bump Tovacek, David Wallamaw.
I don't know
and
where he
Jackson
comes up
Sundquist.
with these nicknames, but they are great.
And they come out of the gate. Tovacek has the inside, and he gets the pop out of the gate. And into turn number 1, Tovacek shuts the door. It's going to be Tovacek coming down the second straight. The 35 in the 2 spot is going to be Ty Williams. Tovacek and Williams riding 1 and 2. Coming down the third straight. Tovacek's got
This
it.
is going to
Williams
get
wants
close.
it. Looking for some moves in the last turn. Tovacek, Williams. They're going to be a drag race down to the line. Now it's going to be Williams. Williams has it, saved it for the end. Tovacek back in the 2 spot. 17 to 20-year-old experts now. Moto number
This is where you'd be,
27.
right? 17 to 20.
Nicholas Wallawander.
Yeah.
Just
If I'm right.
a bit outside.
Jason Delver and Chris McDonald.
Yeah, well,
And out of the gate, it's Mervin on the inside. That's going to be Chris McDonald. McDonald has the top spot. Delaburn tucks right on his back wheel coming out of the turn. It is going to be McDonald, Delaburn, and Nicholas Wallawander out of Hamburg, New York holds on to that 3rd spot. Around turn number 2, it's all Rad Racing's Chris McDonald. McDonald coming around the last turn. Everything in control. Chris McDonald bringing it to the line. Jaden Delaburn out of Erie holds on to that 2 spot. And in the 3 spot, it'll be Nicholas Wallawander. Moto number 28, final moto of the first round. 26, 35-year-old experts, Zach Bowler, Paul Schmack, and Tom Wagner. It should be a good one here. We got Bowler on the outside. Paul Schmack back on the track after a few years out. It's going to be Bowler showing the way. The monkey in the 2nd spot. That's going to be Schmack. Bowler, Schmack, 1 and 2. The Thrillbilly chilling in the rear. Coming down the 3rd straight, it's going to be Zach Bowler. Bowler's got the top spot. Calls Franklin home. But bringing it down to the line, that will be Zach Bowler for the win. Paul Schmack going to get in there for the 2. And riding in the 3 spot, it's going to be Thrillbilly Wagner. We do have some Stasics. Is it Albie and Paxton?
Yep.
Oh, these, Luke, do you remember watching these last year? So these are little balance e-bikes
yes.
that they're about to go on. And these 2 boys, they absolutely rip.
And out of the gate, Albie just pegs it. It's going to be Albie Nahay for the top spot. Paxton Irwin riding in the 2. Coming around the turn, it's going to be Nahay. Albie Nahay, we'll see if he can catch any air. He'll try to jump every single thing on the track. It is the 632. Albie up in the air. Paxton Irwin holding on to that 2nd spot.
Well, it sound like
Around
power
turn number
wheels.
2 and
Yeah,
onto the 3rd
but
straight.
faster.
Yeah.
Albie Nahay.
Probably arguably more dangerous.
See if Albie's going to jump the one coming out of the 3rd turn. Albie up and oh, he makes it. It's going to be Nahay coming down to the line. Albie Nahay for the win.
Paxton Irwin is going to get the second spot. That's the end of the first round. We're going right into round number 2.
Well,
Here we are,
yeah.
right back at it, round 2.
Four riders on the gate. These are 13, 14 girls cruisers, but there's also a 6-year-old girls cruiser mixed in. We got Big Deborah, Alyssa Keener, Reese Harry, Della Kirkland, and Eliana Halloween Queen Zimmerman.
Luke, how do your guys keep these cameras so still without tripods? Lots of practice.
Yeah, lots of practice, yeah.
And it looks like Della Kirkland had some trouble on her first moto. It looks like she's going to tuck into the second spot this time behind Reese Harry. It'll be Harry on the top spot, Kirkland on the 2. Harry, Kirkland, Zimmerman, and Big Deborah in the 4. Coming to the second turn, it's a 329. Oh, Reese Harry shows the way. It is Harry. Della Kirkland still holding on to the 2. The Halloween Queen in the 3 spot. Big D in the 4 spot. Single file, no change-ups here coming down to the line. Looks like Reese Harry going to take this one in. It'll be Harry, followed by Kirkland, Zimmerman in the 3, and Alyssa Keener is going to get that 4 spot. 11-year-old cruisers, Simplest, Schumann, Stanton, and Neiman. And out of the gate, Simplest got a really good jump. It looks like he's going to have the lead coming down the front straight. Battle going for second spot. Going to be maybe the 20 of Owen Stanton. It's going to be Simplest first, Stanton second. Simplest, Stanton are riding 1 and 2. The 13 and the 3 spot is going to be Asher Schumann. The 35 is Noah Neiman. Simplest has things in control. Headed towards that last turn. Simplest has the top spot. It'll be Stanton and Schumann riding 2 and 3. Everything happening behind Simplest. The golden shoes crossed with the line. Gonna go with Stanton and Schumann. Noah Neiman will get the 4. 14-year-old cruisers, second time through for Jackson Sundquist, Ivan Miranda, and Xander Young.
Boy, I hope nobody takes out any of those photography lights. Those look expensive and close to the riding surface there.
Well, Adam, when we were setting up, he's like, "How's that going to blind somebody when they're coming
No,
through?"
I don't think they're that
That's
bright.
J.
but,
Paul Sundquist with the top spot. Jackson out of Jamestown, New York, still has the lead. Xander Young out of Athens holding on to that 2 spot. And the 11 of Miranda in the 3. Looks like the battle's going to be for second because Sundquist is checking out. Coming around the last turn, it'll be Sundquist with Young and Miranda. Sundquist brings it safely to the line with another moto win. Sundquist picking it up. Young and Miranda 2 and 3. 15-year-old cruisers now. Motor number is 8. We got Seawalt, Wagner, Weaver, another Sundquist, Tobacek, and Shumway. And coming out of the gate, I'm looking for Tobacek. Tobacek, and
Oof.
into the turn. Oh, he's worked over on this one. They're going to come down the second straight. It is going to be out in front. It will be the 20 of Weaver. Weaver's got the lead. In the 2 spot, we got Sundquist. Weaver and Sundquist riding 1 and 2. Weaver in control. Logan Weaver out of West Newton has the lead. Sundquist from New York holds on to that 2 spot. That's the way they're going to finish in motor number 8.
I thought for sure going into
Motor
turn
number
1
9,
there was going to be a
did
pile
5
up
and
there.
under
It was
novices.
tight.
Westgate, Grief, Irwin,
I was like
Robinson,
watching, see the
Comfort,
angle
and
they
another
take
Westgate.
Yeah.
on those banks.
Everybody does it a little different.
Yeah.
And sometimes, you know, you're going to try to come low to cut a guy's line underneath. I mean, there's actually a lot of strategy that goes into those turns, which is something they teach these kids in boot camp over the early parts of the season.
Like out of the center of the pack, Nolan Westcott. Westcott's going to have it, but here comes Robinson hard on the outside. Little bit squirrely into the turn. It's going to be Robinson now coming with the lead. Brexley Robinson will lead down the second straight. Nolan Westcott right behind in the second spot. Riding in the 3 spot's going to be the 234, Caden Grafe. In the 4th spot, the 362 of Haven Confer, but Robinson in control. It is Brexley Robinson. Robinson and Westcott riding 1 and 2. Robinson's got the lead. Nolan Westcott in the 2. Robinson coming down to the line. Brexley Robinson picks up another win. Nolan Westcott's going to get the 2. Going to say maybe Grief holding on to that 3 spot. In the 4th spot will be Haven Confer. You got Waylon Westcott and Paxton Irwin.
So, Luke, I was just downstairs talking to them, and they're going to do a celebrity race here in a few minutes where you and I are going to go up there on bikes.
Perfect,
And,
yeah.
Moto number 10.
If nothing else, there's going to be some funny reels made from it.
I noticed the firefighters and the police department are gearing up for that, so they're going to...
Yeah, hopefully they don't need the backboards or anything for
just
us.
waiting for the ambulance to come down.
Yeah. You know.
I'll just ride right into it.
They'll park it right at the finish line. It'll be more of a crawl than a ride, but we'll count it.
It's hard, though, to watch this and not want to go out there and have some fun.
Yeah, absolutely it is. Especially when you watch these young kids.
And 1 and 2. I'm going to say Niles Falco holding on to that 3 spot. Niles out of Townville. Ella McClintock from Oil City is going to be in the 4 spot. As they come around the turn, it's still Roswag and Bowler battling for the front. It's going to be Roswag. Walter Roswag looking strong up in front. It'll be Roswag bringing it down to the line. Grange Bowler right there in the 2nd spot with a good run. Roswag, Bowler, 1, 2. Falco and McClintock will be 3 and 4.
But one of the things we're not seeing from here because of turn 2 is the sportsmanship that occurs after every race, particularly among the young kids. You know, the young ladies will walk up to each other, give each other a hug, pat on the back. The boys will be giving fist pounds. You know, and then the other thing we don't see is the intermission and these kids here beside us playing in the dirt together that we're doing the Strider race. It just becomes one big family down here, you know, and all the parents are helping each other, all the kids are playing, and it's wonderful to see kids being kids.
Well, that's the thing. I mean, how many weekends over the summer are they maybe camping out together?
Yeah.
It's going to be a good battle here on the 8-year-olds. I'm going to say Eamon Sanford. Sanford's going to have the lead. Sanford into turn number 1. Brindley Kohler, the fast lady, holding on to that 2nd spot. Headed down the 2nd straight. It is going to be Sanford, Kohler, and Achenbach. Coming to turn number 2. Here comes Kohler making her move earlier this time. Into turn number 2, Kohler once again makes that low-high move into turn, takes it away. But here comes Sanford right back. See what happens in the final turn. It's Kohler and Sanford, 1 and 2. Brindley Kohler guards the middle, coming right down to the line. That's going to be the fast lady to bring another one in. Kohler for the win. Sanford for the 2. Achenbach will be there for the 3. Moto number 12, 10-year-old novices, Grayson Lawson, Nathan Evans, Chandler Achenbach, Elena McClintock.
You have people who take part in your event, Adam, that for some, just completing it is the mission.
The goal.
Right.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, and I think that's similar out here. There's some kids, they just want to be out here for the camaraderie and the fun. And then as they get older, you know, it's more about the racing. But instilling these basics in their foundation is huge.
Of Lawson. Grayson Lawson. Oh, McClintock goes down hard on the 2nd straight over the bars. Gonna check on that one. It is going to be Lawson still okay. The 65 is going to be Chandler Achenbach. Lawson, Achenbach, and Evans going to be single file out of the last turn. Grayson Lawson going to bring this one in. Grayson Lawson going to bring it down to the finish line. On the 2 spot will be Chandler Achenbach. And in the 3 spot, it will be Nathan Evans. We're going to be checking on Elena here on the 2nd straight. Nasty crash over the bars.
You know, you're saying just how everybody's, you know, rooting each other on.
Yeah.
And I noticed there, the other racers were looking over to make sure.
Yeah, absolutely.
So,
yeah, there's definitely a sense of companionship amongst these kids and camaraderie, you know, and they worry about their friends. And they, you know, my kids, they come down to race, not every race, but they look forward to seeing some of these kids from Edinburgh or Erie or Jamestown or wherever, and they, you know, they really look up to some of them. Like one name that's not here tonight is Katie Brink, and she races at the international level, and like she comes down here and does camps, you know, all girls camps for these young girls, and my daughter just looks forward to that stuff, you know.
All right,
so
Elena, back up.
yeah,
Walking it off, but not very happy about it.
guess they're going to be checking her out. Because normally they would have them finish, but the paramedics over there, our Titusville Fire Department, must be worried about her enough they want to check her out. You know,
That's awesome.
And one of these things you worry about, even if these young kids are wearing these helmets, is you still worry about concussions. You know, and that's the last thing you want for any of these kids. And then,
all right, she's heading around the back, so we're going to go ahead with the next moto, which is moto number 13.
and the natural instinct for these kids is to try and catch themselves. So you're also worried about wrists, collarbones. I mean, unfortunately, it is a contact sport, so to speak.
Carter Lashinsky, Cool Man Kohler, and Albie Nahe.
Cool Man Kohler. Is that a new nickname that just came
I
on?
guess.
Yeah.
They come charging out of the gate. I'm seeing Alec Westgate coming out of the center. We'll see how they come out of the turn. Westgate's going to have the inside.
Yeah,
so
the way
he's gonna
she's
have the
holding
lead.
that arm, it looks like it's probably a collarbone in my opinion.
On to the 2nd straight. It will be Westgate on the top spot. I'm going to say the 16 of Cruz Seawald in the 2nd spot. Westgate, Seawald. Here comes Parker Kohler underneath. Gains 1 spot up to the 2nd spot, but Seawald coming right back. Everything happening behind Alec Westgate. Westgate looking strong, coming around the last turn. Here comes Parker Kohler. Kohler, the cool man, taking the
Came
wheel
right
to the
in
last
underneath
turn.
him.
Parker Kohler, Alec Westgate. Kohler picks up the win. Westgate's going to be 2. Seawald will be 3.
Now, see, Luke, that was one of those times you're talking about where he took a different line around that third turn and was able to get underneath the other rider and kind of block from him continuing in first place, and he was able to win that moto.
And out of the gate, it looks like it's going to be Holmes taking control right away. Holmes is going to have the lead into the first turn. Coming hard from the outside is Benny the Jet Jameson. But it's going to be moving into that 2nd spot. It's going to be Furman in the 71. Coming down the 2nd straight now. It is still Holmes, Furman, Jameson.
We getting any questions on the feed this year?
A few technical difficulties here tonight.
All right.
Colson the Sonic out in front. That is going to be Holmes. Holmes. From Lower Borough, PA, that's going to be Holmes on the top spot. Grayson Furman in the 2. The battle for 3 and 4 between Jameson and Peanut. Down to the line. Holmes gets the win. Furman for the 2. Benny gets the 3. 8-year-old intermediates, moto number 15. Wilcom, Harry, and Neiman.
Tell you, they need to get him announcing football games or something. He's got the voice for it.
The 57 of Wilcom comes fastest coming out of the outside. Wilcom, Neiman coming hard on the inside. They're going to meet in the middle. Wilcom's going to get there first. Wilcom's going to have the lead out of the turn. Neiman in the 2, Everett Harry in the 3. As they come down the 2nd straight, still going to be the 57 out in front. Jackson Wilcom from Pittsburgh. Neiman also from Pittsburgh. Everett Harry from Reynoldsville. 3 riders strong coming into that last turn. It's going to be Jackson Wilcom. 8-year-old intermediates, it's going to be Wilcom, Neiman, and Harry. Down to the line, Wilcom takes it wire to wire, picks up the win for the 8-year-old intermediates.
We talk about the excitement of playing under the lights at Carter Field.
Yeah.
Braxton Zimmerman.
It's got to be cool for these kids to be coming around and get the flash of the pictures and wanting to see that.
Yeah. That definitely, it brings it to a whole new level and makes you feel a little bit closer to professional at that point, you know.
Going out of the gate, Furcatch got a heck of a jump on everybody else. That's going to be the 16. It is going to be Jackson Furcatch with the lead into the turn. I'm going to say Turbo Tyler holding on to that 2 spot, looking around, seeing where everybody's at. They're right there beside him. It is going to be Furcatch with the lead. Going to be the 87 in the 2 spot. That's going to be Delaverne. Furcatch, Delaverne, Thomas in the 3 spot. Furcatch once again has a good lead coming around the last turn. It will be Delaverne holds on to the 2. Turbo holding on to the 3 spot. It's close though. It's going to be Riker Donovan moving in, but Turbo gets the 3. Winner was going to be Furcatch. Let's go moto number 17, 13 intermediates, Puck Camp, Williams, Fisher, Utah, Kirkland, Hollabaugh, and Goldman. Good jump for Goldman from the outside. Headed into the turn. It's going to be Goldman, maybe Puck Camp, Leah Puck Camp. Puck Camp out of Waverly Township holds on to the lead, but here comes Goldman. It's going to be Puck Camp and Goldman to turn number 2. Puck Camp's got the lead. Goldman right behind. Puck Camp, Goldman, Della Kirkland holding on to that 3 spot, looking for more. Final turn, final straight to go. Puck Camp's got it this time. On to the last straight. Leah Puck Camp takes it wire to wire. Puck Camp for the win. Goldman for the 2. And sneaking through to pick up the 3.
Nicely done.
Order number 14, more intermediates, Sagath, Morrow, and Santos.
Now, see, something you don't see here is in gravel races, a lot of these guys would have GoPros or Insta360 cameras on and everything like that. I'm curious to know if there's a rule in BMX that doesn't allow you to do that, or if none of these kids have just ever thought of that.
It looks like it's going to be Santos still on the top spot.
Do people share that footage with you?
Oh yeah,
Okay.
Yeah, they're usually pretty proud of it and tag us in it on their socials and everything like that.
In the 3 spot. Sandy out in front all by himself. Santos has a good lead. Once again, it's going to be a battle for second this time. Nathan Morrow and Ethan Sagath. Santos picks up the win. Morrow hangs on for second.
Well, I'll tell you what, the food here smells
It's
incredible.
making me hungry.
Yeah.
And I had dinner before I came.
Calvetti,
So-
Morrison, and Achenbach.
We had a chicken pot pie from the Pie Works at the Ironworks
Oh,
for
yeah.
dinner tonight.
Good.
Well, I'll tell you what, there wasn't much left. And with 3 young kids, that's usually a sign that it was good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think they got the Fleetwood Mac tribute band tonight, or
Is that who it is
I
tonight?
think-
Yeah, I saw somebody down there setting up
Morrison's going to
today.
have the top
so.
spot. Calvetti holding on to the 2 spot. Achenbach going to chill out in the 3 spot, saving some energy. It's going to be Morrison out in front. Jimmy Morrison out of Oil City. Morrison has the top spot, not looking back. It's going to be Morrison taking it all the way to the line. Nicholas Calvetti from New York holds on to that 2nd spot. Achenbach will get to 3. Moving on to girls expert class, Eliana Zimmerman, Gabriella Williams, and Aria Kowal. Headed down, it's going to be maybe Kowal coming from the center. Kowal, Gabriella Williams on the outside. In the inside, that's going to be Zimmerman. Zimmerman makes a move for second, but Williams maybe outpedals her coming out of the turn. Everything happening behind the big number 1. It's there for a reason. Kowal's got the lead. Kowal on the top spot. It's going to be Williams in the 2 spot. In the 3 spot, that's going to be Zimmerman. Around the last turn, look at Zimmerman pedal through to get the 2 spot. Coming down the last straight, it is Cobwall. The Halloween Queen now pulls into that second spot. Cobwall, Zimmerman, and Williams. Looking at moto number 21, 10-year-old experts, Kirkland, Weldon, Gillen,
See
Schumann,
Sue Stewart in the crowd down there from Hawks Grocery.
and
Yeah.
Garrett Cesare.
Is it Cesare? Is that how you say your last name? All right, we're good.
So I had some pulled pork from Hawks last night.
Did you? How
Down
was
at the Perry Street Station. Very good.
You know what she's had recently that has been absolutely tremendous. Other than of course the staple of beef jerky.
Well, yeah.
Number
Yeah,
18,
is,
Weldon.
She's been doing
Weldon
these
coming in the
ham
lead
loaf
into the
sausage
turns.
links.
Oh.
And
Oh,
then
buddy,
out of the
they
turn,
are-
it's gonna be Weldon
they-
on the
they
top
are
spot.
good.
Gonna be Kirkland now moving into that
Those
spot.
with some
Weldon,
eggs in the
Kirkland
morning
are 1 and
on
2.
some fresh
The
that
23
rosemary
of
bread
Yeah.
from
Schumann holds
Warner's
on to that
Bakery.
3.
Oh,
Looks like some Cesare's coming
I'll be
in
over
on the
tomorrow.
five
all right,
spot.
sounds
Okay.
good. I usually eat around 7.
James
Okay.
Yeah,
Weldon.
yeah. And I got some fresh chanterelle mushrooms from
Valparaiso,
from
Indiana.
foraging
That is
here
gonna be
recently,
Weldon coming
so
down to pick up the
we'll make
line.
you a nice scramble.
It
Good.
will be Weldon for the win, Kirkland for the 2. 11-year-old expert.
Dare I even
Moto
ask
number
what your
22,
weekends
Southwest
consist of
Mitchell,
anymore?
Delaware,
Well,
and
you know,
Sherman.
it just depends on what the kids want to do. Like, especially as we're drawing towards the end of summer.
Yeah.
Like, you want to make it special, you know, and you want to spend those fleeting moments with them. I mean, as you know, you have 2 out of the house
Coming out
now,
of the
correct?
gate,
Yeah.
looks like
Yeah,
it's
and
gonna
it
be
just
Vincent
seems to go by
Sempless
quick.
on the top spot.
So-
It's going to be maybe Jacob Mitchell right behind him in the 2. Sempless, Mitchell. Looks like Delaverne holding on to that 3. It's still going to be Sempless, Mitchell, Delaverne, and the 26 of Liam Sherman in the 4. Vincent Sempless, the golden shoes out in front. That will be Sempless. Sempless followed by Jacob Mitchell out of Pittsburgh. Sempless and Mitchell. Sempless, Mitchell.
Oh.
Wow.
Right there. It'll be
That
Sempless
came
for the
close.
win. Mitchell,
Did you get that on
Delaverne,
camera,
and
Adam?
Sherman. 12-year-olds on the gate. Expert
It was
class.
close.
Laughs.
Yeah.
Jack Piscuzzi, Micah Bowers.
Here it
Ivan
is.
Miranda.
Oh, from that angle, I don't know.
I don't know.
Man. Where can we? Is there a challenge flag in BMX we can throw?
Throw it. Yeah.
Throw it.
Coming out of the gate, Micah Bowers. It will be Bowers with the top spot. King Kitty Bowers has the top spot. Looks like maybe Piscuzzi in the 2 spot. No, let's go with Bowers on the top spot. Second spot's going to be Miranda. Piscuzzi back in the 3. It will be Bowers up and over, doubling that triple into the last turn. It's going to be Bowers. Micah Bowers bringing it down to the line. I'm going to say Ivan Miranda holding on to that 2 spot. Bowers, Miranda, and Piscuzzi, 1, 2, 3. 13-year-old experts moto is 24. Xander Young, Hunter Harmon, and Ethan Hasbrook. Coming out of the gate, it's going to be Hasbrook on the inside, but here comes Harmon. Hasbrook in, Harmon 1 and 2 into the turn. Harmon settles back into the 2 spot. It's going to be the 13, the local rider. That's going to be Ethan Hasbrook for the top spot. Hunter Harmon, Xander Young are 2 and 3. Chasing the backside of Ethan Hasbrook. Easy E around the last turn. Hasbrook's got it. Here comes Harmon. One last charge on the last straight. Not going to happen. Ethan Hasbrook for the win. Harmon and Young for 2 and 3.
You know, some Adam really rocked the bike a little
Yeah,
bit.
yeah. It's just trying to get more power to the pedals. You know, it's and sometimes you know if you got somebody coming close to you and you're doing that, it's going to make them just touch a little bit of brake, which is going to cause them to slow down. You'll see this even in road racing where the sprinters are just throwing that bike side to side.
Or come to my house, and sometimes my wife has to do that to me to shake me a little bit.
You know, from what I'm told, that's like a nightly occurrence.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Sundquist, Schumann are 1 and 2. Let's go maybe the number 1 now moving into the mix. That's going to be Liam Purchase. He
But the
moves in
problem
second.
really
He's
is,
looking
Luke,
for
like
more.
once we get
Sundquist,
married,
Purchase.
we get
Here comes
selective
Purchase
hearing.
up alongside
Like
and
it just
around
happens
into the
once you
turn.
say I do.
It's now going
That's
to be
right.
Liam Purchase.
It just
Come
comes
from
with the whole
center
package,
back
right?
It does,
corner of the
yep,
pack, just
yep.
like that. Purchase is going to pick up the win. Sunquist in the second spot, shooting
that was
into
close.
3.
That battle for 4th and 5th there was a tight
Motor
one.
number 26, 15-year-old experts, Dawson Sunquist, Logan Weaver, Ty Williams, Nathan Tovacek, David Hollabaugh, Jackson Conkle. Out of the gate they come. Tovacek got the jump. Weaver's going to be coming from the outside. As it shakes out, I'm seeing a Lakeshore rider out in front. It is going to be the 35 of Ty Williams. Williams have the lead. All kinds
Some of these
air
kids are getting
travel,
some serious
all kinds
air.
of stuff happening behind him, but it's all Ty Williams out of Northeast with the lead. Second spot, Tovacek. Williams, Tovacek are 1-2. Logan Weaver's right there in the 3 spot. Maybe taken away by the SE ride. Motor number 27, Wallawander, Delaverne, and McDonald.
And tonight, Adam's just really the start of a big weekend.
It really is, yeah.
That
It's
is going to be
yeah.
Chris McDonald. McDonald on the top spot, Delaverne in the 2. Wallawander is going to ride in the 3 spot down that second straight. It's the 21 out in front, up and over. It will be McDonald showing the way. Delaverne right behind him out of Erie.
Ooh.
McDonald calls Pittsburgh home right now. That's going to be McDonald and Delaverne. 1-2, Wallawander in the 3 spot. One more group of experts here. We got Bowler, Schmack, and Wagner. There they go, Zach Bowler from the outside. It's going to be the monkey on the inside.
I'm wondering where that nickname comes from, the
gives
monkey.
Him a little bit of room around the outside. It'll be Bowler showing the way. Welcome back to racing again, PJ Paul Schmack, the monkey, a former national champ. We'll see if he can regain his form. It's Bowler now on the top spot. Zach Bowler comes around the turn, Schmack in the 2 spot. Thrill Billy, just happy to be here. Coming down the last
I hear it
straight,
every
Thrill
time
Billy
I want to
Bowler
laugh
taking
at that
this
one. I mean, I can't.
Paul Schmack gets the 2. And coming down, going to finish it out. That will be Tom Wagner.
Give him a head start. Give him a head start, see if you can catch
It's going to be one last round here for the Stasics before the break.
Dan's out there making bets with these young bloods, telling them to give him a head start and see if he can catch him. And no mercy.
No mercy. Nahay's going to take off, pegs it down the front straight. Nahay for the lead. Paxton Irwin in the 2. Albie just sending it down the second straight. It's going to be Nahay, the 632 out in front. Here comes Paxton Irwin. Always has a smile on his face as he comes by. On the 3rd straight, it's still going to be Albie Nahay. Nahay and Paxton Irwin for the 2.
I'm quite glad my kids haven't discovered these bikes yet.
Nahay. They look like a lot of fun. Nahay going to pick up the win. Irwin will pick up the 2nd. We will be taking a short break in between the 2nd and 3rd round.
sponsors. Can you read them?
Want to thank some of the sponsors for the night. Oil Creek Plastics, Moore Heating and Air Conditioning, Murdoch's Dirt Works, Bailey Lumber. We got Carter Lumber. Also see the Ribbon Factory, Kreiner Real Estate, American Legion, Hilltop Signs, and Westgate Excavating and Burial Services.
I think it's just about every business in town.
I was looking at the banners earlier, and wow, what support here! This is great.
Yeah.
And, you know, a lot of it, too, isn't only monetary.
Right.
It's also time, as you were talking about before coming on, is you have people that are down here helping out, adding gravel.
Yeah, I mean, Mike Murdoch, for example, of Murdoch's Dirtworks that they just mentioned, he's down here regularly with his excavator, and so are the West kids, donating time. When we set the new telephone poles, it took both of them and their machines to be down here to get those set so we could get the lights higher. I mean, all of this.
Wow.
So, yeah.
What's just so people at home know, whenever the season starts here, it's not just the day before they're coming down and doing this.
Oh, my
they're
Lord.
spending a lot of time, months ahead of time,
Months in advance.
planning, and then coming down when the weather's decent in the spring to kind of get started on things. For you, you have a couple events during the course of a year, but let's take the Roughneck Gravel Roubaix.
Yeah.
You mentioned Memorial Day weekend.
Yep.
I assume you're kind of going through some things the day of the event, but the next day you're probably doing a little recap before you take a deep breath.
Yeah, usually it's about a week recap.
Okay.
Because there's, we mark every course except for the 250 mile. So I've got to then drive every course again. I'm picking up trash. Thankfully, our riders, every year, I'm just amazed at how little they leave behind. Like, usually it's some washboard on the gravel that'll bounce a couple water bottles out or something like that. But I've actually had landowners stop me and say they're amazed that there's not, litter thrown everywhere, which is great. But we're taking down signs. We're cleaning the signs. We're loading it all. I have a big, I think it's a 10 by 14 trailer that I load everything into and keep it in for the winter. So then it's reorganizing that, putting it all away. It never goes back in the same way it came out, And,
well, we know something about that, don't we, Adam?
It's just that puzzle, it's never the same.
Yeah.
And there's no, like with a normal puzzle, you can look at the picture and figure it out.
Right.
But this one, it's all in my world, and that's a scary place to be. So, but then, and then I take about a week off, Luke, and then it's finalizing the fall event, which comes, like we said earlier, October 18th. And then after that, but even before that, I'm planning, the next Memorial Day race, like planning the new routes, planning the courses. The other thing about the bicycle industry is they do a lot of their marketing budgets in end of July, August, and September. So if you're trying to get industry sponsors or partners, as I like to call them, because we're really working together, and it's more of a partnership than it is like a simple business transaction, if you will, right? And, I'm reaching out to them that early to try and get commitments for the next year. So it is people are like, oh, you do one event, that's easy. Well, it is a year-round thing, and add to that just trying to be present in the community and present with your family and multiple other things. You're busy. I mean, you know it. You're doing similar with what you do. So, yeah. And how do I say it? You have a vision of where you want it to go. And a lot of times you've kind of got to be the one to lay out the parameters of how to get there.
Yeah.
And then you can delegate.
And that's a challenge.
It is. Yeah.
So, and it's funny you bring that up, because is it a challenge for you, or is it just something that you every year, try to figure out, okay, what do we improve on? There's that, what do we make bigger, better?
Yep.
Because I think most people say, hey, it was great.
Yeah.
Can't wait to come back.
We send out a post-event survey every year. Every year feedback has been positive 95% and above. And I say if you can hit 95%, you're doing good.
Yeah.
But I appreciate all the positive comments I get on that. But the ones I'm really looking for is, I was hoping for something else at an aid station, or I was hoping for this or that.
Yeah.
Like, that's what I want to hear, because that's how you make it better.
Yeah.
Is the constructive criticism, if you will, because there's always things we can do to make it better. But I can't think of all of them, because I'm not, unfortunately, on race day, I'm not out there experiencing the race from a rider perspective. So I really rely on them to give me that information.
That is fun. That's funny, because oftentimes I'll talk more to somebody who will share something they don't like with a broadcast or something, just because there's something there to kind of take away.
Absolutely.
Listen, I appreciate it. And, you know, anybody comes up and says, hey, great job with this.
Right.
But, you know, that's nice. It really is.
Yeah.
And it's what it. I love that for our crew and our announcers and the work that they put into it. It's, you know, it's great to get that feedback. But, you know, when you're producing or when you're planning, you kind of want those other things too to kind of say, okay, are we, you know, on the right track, or what should we add, or what are those other elements if we do want to improve on something? What are those avenues to go down?
Yeah, exactly. And that's where it gets challenging to try and do it all yourself, because you just simply can't, you know, and especially as the event continues to grow. I mean, you know, next year for 2026, our goal is 500 participants, and that's a big number, you know, and that's a big economic impact for the city and the region. And to get there, it takes a village, as they say. And really where I make a lot of changes year to year is from that, dare I say, negative feedback, you know, because those are the ones that you're like, okay, they had a bad experience. And really, when you are producing events like this, or even your show, you're producing an experience. You know, like you and I had a conversation the other day about Walt Disney, and what he did was he created an experience that people wanted to go to. And that's what we need to do in our region, is we need to create an experience that people want to come to and keep coming back to. And it's events like Drakewell BMX that are doing that. You know, they are out here doing this. Not only are they doing it this weekend, they're racing every weekend, usually Friday and Sunday, depending on, you know, it depends on a lot on the Lakeshore BMX, which I believe is up in Erie. There's another one up around Chautauqua near Bemis, you know, that they kind of try to follow each other's schedules so that they're not overlapping each other. And that just makes a lot of sense, because it's a small market pool, and you want to get as many riders as you can. So if you can coordinate and communicate with other tracks and create a schedule that alleviates conflict, you're going to get more riders.
That's funny. Again, going to this conversation we're having, you've got Dan Hasbrook, who is out with his kid doing, you know, this and going around. What's he doing? He's taking notes on, okay, how are other people doing things, and hearing like, hey, you guys have a great facility down there. And, you know, we pulled down here tonight, and to see the campers and all the tents and the space that's available down here, and how just family-friendly everything is in the community, it really just adds to that whole experience, where these people leave the community saying, can't wait to come back there next year.
And that's what you want to create.
Maybe we'll come back for another event.
Right. Maybe we'll come back next weekend because we had so much fun, you know, and that's what you want to create, because the reality is it is that part of it that the kids look forward to. I mean, if any of these kids go on to race, you know, for USA BMX or Pro BMX or anything like that, nobody's going to ask them for their results at 10 years old. But what Dan and his team are creating here at Drakewell BMX is core memories for those kids, you know. Some of these kids will build lasting friendships that just live forever.
How late's the kitchen open?
We're getting interrupted here for our food.
I'll tell you what,
folks.
it smells absolutely incredible.
Smells amazing. Yeah.
So even if you're not riding, you could come down, watch, get something good to eat.
Get something good to eat.
And it helps supports the program.
There's a 50-50 raffle. I know they got gift basket raffles going on this weekend. There's a Haro Park Bike raffle going on. You got Renegade BMX set up over here. He has all kinds of BMX parts and grips and pedals, and I see tires and helmets over there. You got Fall Risk Racing Team. They've got hoops and forks, I believe, for sale. Carbon fiber over there. I see Powers BMX over here. We've got Crank It, I think. Is that the orange tent? We've got Rad Racing. I mean, you can just come down here and hang out. I even saw they were handing out light sticks. I think there might be a rave later during the fireworks.
Yeah, perfect.
So, yeah, I mean, it's, you know, and then you hear the laughter and you see the camaraderie happening, and that just adds to it.
Outside of pointing at us and laughing, that it's, you know, I get it, but you can come down and laugh at other things.
Yeah, well, absolutely.
Yeah.
So, yeah. and come down. I know I heard something about the 50-50 tonight. There was a young child in New York that got a severe spinal cord injury, and he currently only has movement. I believe I just heard when I was downstairs his left arm. But, the Drakewell BMX organization has decided to donate the proceeds from the 50-50 tonight to that young child. Wow. And he just got accepted into from, again, what I heard downstairs, a treatment program in Georgia that's with one of the best spinal cord injury doctors in the country, or from what I understood, maybe the world. So, and again, that goes back to that community, like that BMX community. It's bigger than just Drakewell.
Yep.
And
Well,
these tracks, they all help each other.
Yeah, we saw that all season with Abigail Cooley and
Yeah,
how the community
absolutely
rallied
we
around
did.
her.
Yeah.
Let's switch gears a little bit.
Yeah.
Again, congratulations. You're the new head coach of the Rocket Boys soccer team. What is that going to be like for you? I know when you played, you were down here, and it was muddy. And
it was a different world. We played right over there behind the Rad Racing tent.
Yeah.
We didn't even have the nice track stadium over here. I mean, we played this backfield, and it was muddy, messy. I mean, you were 2 years ahead of me because you graduated in 99, right? And, I mean, we just I ran a lot of miles around this complex.
And once in a while, we still do rec over on that side.
Absolutely.
So if we have to
well,
use
little
that
do
field.
these boys know they're going to be down here doing some conditioning.
That's right.
Mum's the word, though. Don't put that on the internet or anything, all right?
So what's that going to be like for you to step onto Carter Field as the head coach, and just all that history and all of that pomp and circumstance?
Luke, I haven't really thought much about it because I never played on Carter Field. So my sentiments, I guess, and my memories of Rocket soccer is down here and playing on this backfield. We've been practicing on Carter, and I was fortunate to play on a similar style turf in college and on multiple fields like that after college. But, I'm humbled at the opportunity. I really look at working with those young men as an opportunity to help mold them to be productive parts of our society. The kids, they're already working hard. I'm already seeing some leadership come out of some of them, and that's exciting to see. They're a young team, they're an energetic team, and they're a hungry team. They want to play hard, they want to work hard. They just need somebody to guide them along that way. And then if at the end of the day we can take a few of them, maybe they go play at the collegiate level. But if at the end of the day we can teach them work ethic, we can teach them to treat everybody with dignity and respect, we can teach them values and responsibility and being part of something more than just themselves, I feel like as a program and as a coach, we've done a good job, And that's the same with what they do here. They're teaching these kids more than just riding a bike, They're teaching them sportsmanship. They're teaching them respect. They're teaching them how to talk to other people. And they're getting them out here. They're getting them to work hard. They're getting them, dare I say, away from screens. And they're, we're probably the only ones with the screens here tonight. We got more of them than I can count on one hand. So, but, I'm excited about it. And I feel really lucky to have the opportunity to work with them. And, it's going to be a fun year. There's going to be challenging parts of it because, as you know, I have 3 kids at home that are young. They're not playing yet.
Yeah.
So there's going to be some nights where they want dad to be home to help with bedtime or homework, and we're at an away game in Eisenhower or Corey or, so I'll be leaning on some of the team moms to help my wife out with some of that. So, but it'll, and that's, again, it keeps going back to the community. And that's the thing about these small rural communities like Titusville is we pull together and we help each other,
Well, we're excited from a broadcasting standpoint. We've already provided Gary Barnes with sort of a 16-page book on you.
Perfect. Yeah, a dossier, so to
pretty
speak.
much. Yeah. So it's
does it go into my foraging habits at all? of foraging for wild edible mushrooms? Because that's a hobby I'm very proud of, and I think you should really accentuate on.
Okay.
Yeah.
Good luck finding that down at Carter Field.
Yeah. Well, they don't grow on
No.
the turf. No, they sure don't. We'd have better luck down here. So, yeah. So, Yeah, I mean, even one of the Jax Warner Thursday night at practice, he's like, Coach, do you still play soccer anymore? I said, well, yeah, on occasion. He said, I heard you only ride bikes. And I said, well, I do a lot of that.
Yeah.
And, I mean, when I'm training hard, Luke, I'm riding 200 plus miles a week. And Luke was like, Jax was like, hey, man, how much do you ride a week? He's asking me. I said, well, it depends on the time of year and what I'm training for. And he's like, well, like on average. I said, well, I like to get about 200 miles a week. And he looked at me and he was like, excuse me? He kind of laughed. And I said, yeah, that's more than some people drive a year.
Yeah.
And he's like, that is insane. So, but I'm excited, again, about working with those kids and using some of what I know from my endurance sports coaching background to help them kind of build fitness that can sustain them for the entire season, and talking to some of them, they all kind of feel like that's something that had been missing was fitness to be able to sustain them through a game.
Yeah.
And that aerobic endurance, so to speak. Because at the end of the day, soccer is an endurance sport. So.
There's been times over the years where, we're broadcasting a match and, you look at the other team and they're just a little more in shape.
Yeah.
And they're able – and Titusville will hold with them until the end there.
Yep.
So,
Yep.
Absolutely. And not just soccer. That's in a lot of sports.
That's in a lot of sports, yeah. And
likewise, we've beaten teams where we've been in better shape.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. When I played under Coach Dreves and, ironically, Dan Hasbrook and Dr. Whalen, and, Coach Dreves is now at Grove City College, and he's actually one of the winningest coaches, to my knowledge, at the D3 level. I mean, he's been coaching there 20 years, and I think he has less than 20 losses. Like, that's impressive.
Yeah.
They're multiple times President Athletic Conference champions. I mean, they're just well-coached, good team. They recruit well, everything like that. But the one thing they always said to us was they may be better than us, but they will never be more fit than us. And even when I went on to play at the college level, the summer before when I was deciding, Dr. Whalen said to me, listen, you may not be the best player on the field, but I know you'll have a better work ethic and work harder than anyone out there, and that'll earn you a spot, and that's kind of, I was talking to some of the kids Tuesday night at practice, and I said, hey, guys, listen, like, if you want to be on my field, you need to be fit. And I said, every one of you is coming into this with a completely blank slate, because I've never seen any of you play. I said, but you're going to earn your spot. If you want to be one of those starting 11, you're going to earn your spot. And the next day, a group of them decided to go running together. So something stuck with that talk. So
I had a similar conversation with Waylon where I said, you may not be the best doctor.
Right.
But you're the only doctor right here because McAllister's on vacation to save my life.
Well, Dr. Whalen's motto is C's get degrees.
That's about right.
I hope he's listening.
How funny is it, though, that Dreves was here for a short period of time, right?
I think 4 or 5 years.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it wasn't long.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah.
But yet there's this legend and there's so much around him for such a short period of time. It's incredible.
In the group of players that came out of his tutelage, if you will, or his coaching, I mean, they were those 4-ish years, or 4 or 5 years that he was here, and then a couple years after that, those were some of the best years for Titusville soccer, and I kind of look similar with Drakewell BMX. I mean, since Dan has taken over, this track has elevated every year just a little bit more, and we're seeing the results of that tonight.
Yeah, it's awesome. I tell you, there's still time to come down here. It's going to be a wonderful fireworks display tonight.
we got what, one more moto to go. Well, 28 more motos to go. One more round for all the racers, and then we got fireworks. We still got 50-50 and bike raffle going on, and the food. Are we going to commercial soon?
You want to?
Yeah.
Are you ready for a burger yet?
Yeah. Adam said he's out. I mean, I'm good, but I
would ask Cullen, but he's got to get in shape for soccer.
Right, he absolutely does. You think we should have him go do some? Apparently, you call them ladders these days. When we were kids, they were called suicide runs. No. But I've decided I'm going to call them rocket runs. So I think we should send Colin out here onto the old field and have him do some runs. He's saying no out there.
Yeah.
That's a firm no, I think. I tried to threaten the boys with practice tomorrow morning. Just a conditioning practice. And instead of saying we were going to have practice, I said, hey, what's everyone doing Saturday? And there were comments like, I think Ty Witowski said that's his day with his girlfriend. They go out on the lake or whatever. And Cullen said he had something to do. And I think he said Amy was making him paint a room red or
That's
something.
what it is, yeah. Or a cousin's graduation party.
Something, yeah. I mean, but they all, when I mentioned a conditioning practice, it was kind of like when you spray a hornet's nest with hornet spray. They just spread out.
Yeah.
I mean, they were gone.
Yeah.
They were like, nope, we're gone.
I was like, because the conversation took place earlier in the summer, like, hey, if coach has a practice here, you got to go. And, well, yeah, but it's not really a practice. I realize it's not mandatory, but it is.
Well, we have been taking attendance every week.
Oh.
Yeah. So I do make them write their name, their grade, and what position they either have played or prefer to play. Just because I need to, I think I watched maybe 2 halves of the boys' soccer team last year. So I need to get to know the boys, know where they want to play. I watched more girls, ironically, because my niece, Nora Blakesley, plays on the girls' team. So.
Dr. Stephanie Feely, poor Cullen. If Cullen runs, does Dad run too? No, but Dad should.
Yeah, well.
Dad needs to get back out on the tennis court.
Here's the thing, Luke. I got a bike you can borrow, and you can chase him with a whip. Or a cattle prod. Those work well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I got to get.
He's still giving us the no over there.
See, I got to get back into shape here because we got all these stands we have to run up and down with equipment. I know Adam's looking forward to that. But
I'm trying to get my voice in shape so I can yell at the players on the field. I have a megaphone for the gravel races, so maybe I'll just use that.
Go.
Then, is there any chance I could get mic'd up during a game?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We've talked about doing that. But I think we've done it one time, and it was Pitt basketball a few years back. Yeah. And one of our favorite matchups every year was Pitt, Titusville, and Butler.
Okay.
Coach Hartung out of Butler was a legendary coach down there. And we asked both coaches, can we mic you? He's like, you take the risk. I'm like, sure. And it was awesome till like the first time out where Hartung just laid into it. It was like, I'll take the mic back. Thank you.
Thank you. Yeah. Well, I try to keep everything PG. I mean, I've made the boys pretty clear that if I hear any profane language on my field, they'll be doing laps.
There you go.
Unfortunately, Thursday night we had to hold a kid to that, and we all got to sit there and watch him run a lap. So at the end of practice, yeah. It was funny, though. He ran that lap faster than he did the whole practice. And it wasn't Colin.
Oh, I was just looking.
Yeah.
Just looking.
Oh.
Checking some.
Are we getting any good comments yet here? Dr. Stephanie Feely dropped one in on us there.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Well, remember the VIP suite is available for your family if they need to sit in the press box.
I'll let them know. Yeah, and see, that's the other challenge for us is like we're pretty strict about my kids' bedtime. And some of our home games, they don't even start till 6.
Oh,
and
yeah.
We're generally, my kids, for all our big fans out there listening, my kids are 9.5, 6.5, and 2.5. So, they're still pretty young, and what we've realized is they thrive on the routine.
Yes.
So we have to keep bedtime at a certain time and all of this, and they do well with it. But I can already hear the sadness in their voices that they may be missing some games. And my 9.5-year-old she is sure that she is going to be the best ball girl we've ever had.
I was just going to say.
Yeah.
That's great.
Yeah.
That's great. Well, I not rushing summer.
Yeah.
Obviously, it does get exciting when you get into the fall sports season, and we look forward to seeing you on the sidelines.
I'm excited. It's going to be fun, and I'm serious. We should mic up me and a player at some point. That would be, I would be into that. It would be fun.
Okay.
Colin's saying it should be him. Yeah, maybe. Does he have a radio voice like you do?
No, I'll tell you, he's a good camera operator.
Yeah. Can he play that at left end of the bench?
Oh. You know, it also kind of ushers in a fall where there have been some coaching changes. Golf and volleyball and boys soccer. So, yeah, it's going to be an exciting
I think
season.
it's going to be a good year. I think Craig's excited. Craig, he's been athletic director for a year now, I believe.
Yeah,
so
year.
I think he's excited to, I guess, get some of his people in there.
Yeah.
You know, that weren't, I don't want to say leftovers because they were all good coaches, you know, but these are ones that he's interviewed, he's hired, and he can mold and help them mold the program the way he sees Titusville sports being. So,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep, very exciting. And, you know, like you said, he's got that year under his belt.
Yeah.
Now he can start putting his stamp on things. And
He was, he called me, what was it, Tuesday morning, I believe, Luke, and he calls me at like 7 in the morning, and I barely had a cup of coffee then, and like, you know, I'm one of those guys, I need at least half a pot before I can have an intelligent conversation with someone, and that's probably just because 3 kids, and, you know, my head's always spinning, and they're up at 6, so, yeah, and I didn't get the call because I don't take my phone off Do Not Disturb till I get kids squared away and breakfast done and all that, because I want to be focused on them, right? And so then I get a text message like that's delivered with like impact or something.
Oh, wow.
And I was like, oh man, what did I, like, we haven't even started the season yet. What did I do wrong? And he's like, just met with Mr. Salvo from Demand Sports. They didn't order any game balls for this year at the end of the season last year. And I was like, oh, well, we got like 6 in the equipment closet. Are they any good? And then he's like, do you realize how much game balls are? I said, well, yeah, they're between $100 and $120. And I said, it has to do with the way they're stitched and the bladder. And he's like, they're like $107.49. I mean, he knew to the penny what they were. And I was like, that sounds about right. He's like, how many do we need? And I said, well, I told you I got 6 in the equipment closet. He's like, can you stop by so we can check them out? It was, I think, a panic moment for him. And I assured him, like, Craig, we can use these ones. Let's get a couple extras just in case. But, like,
how many do you need?
Well, we need 1. There's only 1 ball on the field.
Yeah.
But, I mean, there's 6 in a specific bag that are the game ball. Usually,
I don't know, like if you had to have a new one for every.
No, this isn't the NFL.
Well,
like every time Tom Brady touches the ball, we don't get a new one.
No, don't do that. Don't do that.
Is he a Brady fan?
Patriots.
Oh, man.
Yeah. But at least it's not Cleveland.
Well, that's true. Yeah. Oh, but the Patriots did beat the Steelers a lot. Yeah. But, you know, and a couple of the ones we have left over, they're not in the best of shape.
Gotcha.
And usually what happens is you move those to practice balls, you replenish, and you really only use the game balls on game day or the day before in practice because they do touch a little different. But I'm that way with bike racing. Like, I have wheels that I train on, and then I have wheels and tires that I race on. So, you know, and then again, depending on a road surface or weather, I'll change tires completely or tire pressure or like, so there's a lot that goes into it, you know, into any sport, in the planning, in the execution.
You know, and on Mellenbacher's side of things, he's already going, it's mid-July.
Right.
This stuff has to come in.
Right.
You know, you're talking a little over a month before the first game.
Yeah,
so.
and when I talked to, it's Scott Salvo, or as I know him, Mr. Salvo, because he was a teacher when I was still in school. So I have even my assistant coach, Mr. Cartney, he keeps telling me, call me Robert.
Isn't that the weirdest thing,
It
though?
is, because he was my commercial arts teacher.
Yeah.
So I'm like, no, because this is a respect thing that I was raised on, and I can't, like, even Coach Wheeling, who's the girls' coach, she keeps telling me to call her Kim now. She was my 9th grade JV coach. So she's either coach or Mrs. Wheeling.
Yeah.
There isn't and Mr. Wiley lives across the street from me, and he keeps telling me to call him John. I'm like, no, you're Mr. Wiley or you're coach.
Exactly.
Like, there is no delineation of which I'm going to call you John.
Yeah.
You know?
I've even had a teacher say, listen, like you're going to see the real me now, you
Yeah,
know? It's like
yeah.
you can call me by my first I
Yeah.
can't.
No,
I
yeah.
never have, and
Yeah.
I just can't.
Yeah. Any teacher I see Mrs. Cressman walking around town.
Yeah.
It's always Mrs. Cressman. I see Mr. Axton in town. It's Mr. Axton. It's never the first name.
Yep.
You know, I've just never, I don't know, I've never got past that. Yeah. And I don't know if I ever will.
I can't.
Yeah. Now, Craig, on the other hand, I call him Craig because he's about my age and we
never had him.
We never had him as a teacher.
Yeah.
So, yeah. But even the superintendent, it's Mrs. Keebler to me, and she keeps telling me to call her by her first name, and
Yep.
I just, you know, so, yeah.
Well, that's a good thing.
Yeah. But
Well, we're going to
probably get back to it here shortly. So, it's a good thing I went down and turned those lights on.
Was that you?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I noticed the shadows starting to form. So I'll tell you, I did tell Dan we need to get a few more on this first straight here, but that's a after this season problem.
Gotcha.
Yeah. But it's pretty well lit. I mean, we didn't bring any big sports lighting company in here. This is a bunch of Titusville locals getting this done. So
All right, so we need to figure out how to do this for the baseball and softball fields.
light them up.
Light them up.
My recommendation from my commercial electric days, get a hold of Musco Sports Lighting. They're the best in the business. They'll come in.
Do you remember how much?
Oh, it's not cheap. Yeah.
Over 100,000
Easily.
Yep.
Yeah. Because they'll come in, they engineer it all, and really what you want is if you're standing at any point on the field, you should have 4 shadows coming off of you
Oh.
that are equal, like basically equal,
Yeah.
right? And that's what you're shooting for with sports lighting. It's expensive to accomplish it. It's doable without it. The nice thing about all their lights, I think similar to ours at Carter Field, I actually was talking to our building and grounds manager, Josh Atkins, the other day. And I said, hey, at some point, just in case I need to like turn lights and stuff on, can you come down and show me how to do that? And he said, oh, no, I just do it all from my phone. It's all an app. And I was like, what? Like, there's no switch anymore?
No.
Like, where's the fun in that? And he said, well, people kept forgetting to turn them off. So we eliminated that headache. I said, well, I can understand that.
I think it was under Mr. Cumm's tenure as AD that we got locked into Carter Field.
Did you really?
Yeah, after a football game.
Was it on like a time lock type thing?
No.
All right.
We were packing. I don't just they forgot about us or
Wait,
something.
Have you ever got locked in the vault at Farmers?
No.
All right. I've just been missing some stuff out of my safety deposit box.
Yeah, no,
I thought
that wasn't
maybe
me.
All right. Yeah, sure. Yeah. I've seen that movie, Money Heist.
Oh, yeah. Amy cringes at that kind of stuff.
Yeah, I'm sure. Yeah.
But
she actually volunteered there for the soccer banquet, and I kept joking with her that we should do it in the vault. She's like, we can't do that. I said, but why?
Yeah.
Oh, I'll tell you.
She laughs at a lot of things.
Yeah.
Not that.
Yeah. I'll tell you what, though. That bank, I took my kids in there the other day, and they've not been in.
Oh, okay.
And I remember as a kid going in that bank and looking up and seeing the ceilings in that bank, and it is a community gem. Like, if for some reason a bank would never be in there, that is a building in this city that needs to be preserved.
Absolutely.
You know, the artwork on those ceilings, folks. If you have never been to Titusville and been in the Farmers National, right? Yep. Farmer National Bank. When I was a kid, it was Penn Bank and Integra, and I don't even remember what other banks have been through there, but you guys have been around. Farmers has been around for a while. The artwork on that ceiling is it is a time capsule of history of oil in this community, and it is unbelievably done. If you never want to go see the Sistine Chapel, come to Titusville, Pennsylvania, and see the Farmers National Bank.
Yeah,
So,
absolutely.
yeah,
And it's
yeah.
okay to go in and lay on the floor.
Is it?
Yeah.
Have you done it?
No.
Do they have pillows?
No.
Darn.
No, but it's all part of the thing that you can go in and
process.
do.
Yeah.
So.
We had an influencer in for the gravel race, Jason O'Mahony. He handles the gravel cyclists, right?
Yeah.
He's from Australia, travels all over the world doing gravel events.
Yeah.
And he came in this year, and I was telling him about the bank, and he wanted to go in and take video. And there's very big signs that say you can't do that.
Right.
I'm sure had I had the mental capacity on race week to get a hold of Amy and say, hey, can we bring someone in? She would have said absolutely. you know, because those kind of things, they need to be recorded and treasured. Yeah.
Green, light green color ticket.
There's CJ and Debbie Curvan down
That's
there.
right.
Yeah.
Oil Creek Plastics.
Oil Creek Plastics and
Poppy's,
Poppy's Place
yeah.
and the new Grove project.
Absolutely.
Have you been up there yet?
No, the
Oh,
pictures
dude,
in the
you need
Instagram
to-
posts are amazing.
You need to go do a drill there.
That would be cool.
Yeah, it is. And their vision for that place is just amazing.
All right, let's get the last main event
Yeah.
on the road here.
I think Dan should leave the announcing to Mr. Jameson.
That's right. So
Well-
here we go.
I haven't gotten any 911 text from my wife yet. So
Oh,
that's a
okay.
good thing. Yeah.
So everybody's doing well at the house.
Yeah, I think so. And she's sending me bad dad jokes. Smoking will kill you, bacon will kill you, but smoking bacon will cure it.
Yeah, perfect.
That's a bad dad
That's
joke.
about.
Yep.
That's perfect.
Yep. We got a little ankle biter down here barking somewhere.
Yeah, I was over in this tent earlier, which is really funny because I just watched the Seinfeld episode where Elaine couldn't sleep because the dog was yapping
Yeah.
and end up at Newman's apartment to see if he had a solution to get rid of the dog. And then when they actually go to do it, they can't do it.
Yep. Yep. That's, yeah. Uh-oh. They kill another mic over there?
Have to work that squeak out of that chair over there.
Yeah. I'll bring some WD-40 tomorrow.
I'm surprised you don't have any in the
I probably have. Well, I know I have chain lube in the truck, which would accomplish the goal. Yeah, I think I always have a bike pump, toolkit, and chain lube in my truck. Like it's kind of like, you know, most people bring their phone. I bring that stuff.
That's the important stuff.
Yeah, absolutely. I'll tell you, I don't see more of these kids around town starting to wear helmets. I'm going to just start carrying helmets in my truck. And
There you go.
yeah, yeah,
On these scooters?
yeah. Whoa. Colin came down to practice the other day without one on, and I gave him a hard time.
Ooh, he has one.
Yeah. A bunch of the kids came down the other day, and they said, well, we don't go over 15. I said, speaking to somebody who's cracked multiple helmets on trees and bikes,
Yeah.
trust me, you can still get a concussion at 15 miles an hour. No.
I think he was growing out that hair to kind of help protect him, but
It's definitely not aerodynamic.
no.
Yeah. Now, Colin swims as well, right? No, I thought he did. Does one of your kids swim? Or did one of them?
Nolan did swim team, the Y swim team,
Okay.
All right,
for like a
looks
couple
we got all
years.
our volunteers into place. We already got riders on the gate. It's time to go with round number 3. Motor number 5 on the gate. That's not right. Yes, it is. Motor number 5.
Counting.
Big
yeah.
Deborah,
Yeah.
Big D.
I still,
Della Kirkland
the
and
Halloween
Eliana
queen.
Zimmerman.
Look at that. She's got a bat, purple braids. I
That's
think
cool.
she's got like a spider web jersey on there, it looks like.
Hey,
Can I zoom
I'm
in?
already a huge fan. We
Yeah.
picked up our first Halloween decoration at the beginning of the week. So
Well, you haven't
And
even
they're
taken yours
coming out
down
of the
yet.
gate. Reese
No, no.
Harry
Yeah.
on the inside. Della Kirkland on the outside. They're going to meet in the middle here. Halloween Queen right there has the best seat in the house watching that race in front of her. It's going to be Reese Harry on the top spot. Della Kirkland back in the 2 spot. Zimmerman riding in the 3. Big D in the 4 spot. Alyssa Keener, that is in the 4. Now out in front, it's still Reese Harry, and Kirkland, 1 and 2. Zimmerman and Big D going to battle for the 3 and the 4. Looks like Reese Harry going to win it for the night. Reese Harry coming across with the line. It will be Harry for the win. Kirkland for the 2, riding in the 3. The Halloween Queen and Big D in the 4. Let's go with 11-year-old cruisers, Semplus, Schumann, Stanton, and Neiman.
I'll have to get a light down at the finish line for next year.
Yeah. I think we need one more over there on the finish straight on the other side, and then one right over here where these blue points are to light up this straight stretch.
Out of
and
the
it'll
center
be-
of the pack, it's the number 3. Vincent Simplis has the top spot. Looks like the 20 of Owen Stanton right in behind him in the 2. Asher Schumann right in the mix in the 3. Neiman in the 4. It's the 3 out in front. That's going to be Simplis. Simplis halfway around, halfway to go. Simplis still out in front, the Golden Shoes. Coming around that final turn, they're all single file. This time it's Simplis, Stanton, Schumann, and Neiman. Down to the line, give the win to Vincent Simplis for 11-year-old cruisers. Moto number 7, 14-year-old class. It's going to be Sundquist, Miranda, and Young. Moto 7.
So, Luke, how come you don't mic up your cameramen so we can ask them at times what they're seeing on
Looking for
from their
Jackson
perspective?
Sundquist out of the center. It will be Sundquist with the lead.
Good question.
It is Miranda or Young. Let's go Young this time in their 2 spot. Miranda back into 3. Everybody is following Sundquist though. The number 5 out in front. That is Jackson J. Paul Sundquist. Sundquist with the lead. Still holding on to the 2 spot. That's going to be Evan Miranda. Make it Ivan Miranda in the 2 spot. That's going to be Xander Young in the 2. Ivan Miranda in the 3. We'll get it all straight by the end of the weekend. Sundquist the winner.
Spectators helping out,
Moto
or
number
mom and
8,
dad.
15-year-old
Hey, well, I mean, at
cruiser,
least
Seymour
Jeff has 2
Wagner,
more tries this weekend to get it right.
That's right.
Kovacek and Shumway.
I think we tried to mic Adam during football, but
Okay.
it was just too many Bodemers at that point. Yeah, so
Powering down the front hill, I see Kovacek. He's got the inside. Weaver right with him. Coming around, Weaver goes high. Tovacek goes higher. It will be Tovacek with the lead. Weaver has the 2 spot.
Nice.
Good battle for the 3 spot. I'm
Here it
looking at
is.
the
He's
number
gonna come
1
low.
of Wagner.
take him high.
Wagner in the mix now. Still going to be Weaver on the top spot.
Man, this is a
now,
tight
coming around
race.
The last turn. Logan Weaver on the 20. Tovacek back into the 2. Coming down to the line, the winner of the moto is going to be Weaver.
What did they say in that movie, Talladega Nights, Rubbins Racing?
Moto number
Is that-
9.
Does that apply to
500
BMX?
novices, Westgate, Grieve,
I think anything
Irwin,
applies to
Robinson,
It's
Comfort, and
it is the
Whittle.
Wild West, it appears.
Yeah.
Yeah. See, you'll notice with this group, you had parents up there, and they're allowed up to a certain age to hold their rear wheel to help them balance on the gate.
That's nice.
Yeah.
It's going to be Brexley Robinson.
I still ride
From
with
Sarah
training
PA.
wheels.
Do you?
So
The
I didn't know
local
they made
rider,
those in
Nolan
our
Westgate,
size.
holds on to that 2
As many
spot.
times as I've crashed, I'm surprised my wife hasn't ordered any.
yeah, I have a beautiful Schwinn bike.
Nice. Is it similar to Pee Wee Herman's?
Grief's in the 3.
My favorite bike of all
362
time.
Hayden
Yeah.
Comfort in the
Yeah.
4.
Absolutely.
The 240 is Paxton Irwin in the 5, and the 225 of Waylon Westgate in the 6th spot. Now we got coming around the turn. It looks like it's going to be Nolan Westgate made the move on that 3rd straight. Westgate's going to have the lead coming down the last straight. Nolan Westgate. Westgate coming to the line. Robinson back in the 2. Westgate. Robinson will be 1 and 2.
Yeah, I heard
Looks
rumor
like maybe Greece
this year
coming
at the
across to
gravel
get the 3
race
spot.
that Danny Westkidd and Mason from the Ironworks,
Yeah.
they went out on Drakewell Road somewhere and set up a canopy, and they had a banner made that said the Schwinn Saloon, and it had Pee Wee Herman on his bike, and they were handing out adult beverages to riders as they came
That's
through.
great.
Yeah. But the Schwinn Saloon, it just killed me. You know? I don't remember it was Schwinn or Schwinny, but either way, it was fun. And they had this 3x5 banner they had hanging.
That's awesome.
Yeah,
It looks
yeah.
like he's going to stay that way. Roswell comes to the front. Grange Bowler right behind him in a 2 spot. Coming down the 2nd straight, it will be Roswell again. Bowler 1 and 2. Falco riding in the 3 spot. McClintock in the 4. Into turn number 2, Roswell. Bowler is right there pressuring him. Coming down that 3rd straight, still going to be Roswell again. Bowler 1-2. Niles Falco holding on to that 3 spot. Ella McClintock will be in a 4. 2 riders breaking away. Looks like that's going to be Roswald. Walter Roswald coming down to the line. Picks up the win. Grange Bowler right there, giving him all he's got. Niles Falco holding on to that 3 spot around the last turn. Coming down the last straight. It's Niles coming down. We'll get to 3rd spot. And in the 4th spot, here comes Ella McClintock on the last straight, picking up 4th place. 8-year-old novices, moto
Now,
number
sometimes
is
at
11.
the national
April
events,
Achenbach, the
they're
fast
running
lady,
these so
Brindley
fast.
Kohler, and
When
Eamon
those kids
Sanford.
are on the final straight, they're starting this
Oh,
again.
wow.
Yeah, yeah. Even at the Olympics, you would see that. And those people are absolutely flying.
Coming out of the gate, it's a really good jump for Brindley Kohler. Kohler's going to have the lead on the inside. I'm going to say Achenbach in the 2nd spot. Out on the outside, that's going to be Eamon Sanford. Sanford back into 3 this time, but down the 2nd straight, it's all Brindley Kohler, the fast lady, looking very fast halfway around. It's Kohler. Achenbach still holding on to that 2 spot. Kohler, Achenbach. Now there's a move for the 2nd spot. Eamon Sanford. Sanford has moved his way to 2nd spot, but Kohler is getting smaller out in front of them. Trying to find her on the last straight. It's Brindley Kohler. Very fast lady, that moto. Kohler for the win. Sanford's going to get the 2. Achenbach is going to be in the 3. Moto number 12, 10-year-old novices. Lawson, Evans, Achenbach, and McClintock.
Going to be some tired kids tomorrow.
Absolutely. Oh, how
More
about Monday?
importantly, on Monday.
Or Sunday night, yeah.
Oh, my Lord.
Moto number 12 heads down the front straight, looking for McClintock or possibly Grayson Lawson. It is Lawson with the lead. Looks like moving into the 2 spot's going to be Achenbach. Chandler Achenbach now in the 2 spot, chasing Grayson Lawson. Elena McClintock back after that nasty-looking crash last round, back up and going. On to that 3rd straight, it's still going to be Grayson Lawson showing the way. Lawson, Achenbach, McClintock, and Nathan Evans in the 4th spot. Around the turn, onto the last straight, Grayson Lawson going to bring this one in for the 10-year-old novice class. Give another win to Grayson. Lawson, Achenbach will be in the 2 spot. McClintock and Evans are 3 and 4. Moto number 13, 6-year-old intermediates. Seawalt, Matters, Westcott, Lashinsky, Kohler, and Nahe. And coming out of the gate, it looks like a really good jump by Carter Lashinsky. Lashinsky may be your leader coming into the turn, but it looks like maybe Parker Kohler on the inside. Kohler and Lashinsky are going to be 1 and 2. Coming down the 2nd straight. Parker Kohler leading the way. Lashinsky's into 2. Here comes Alec Westcott, though. Westcott now moves into 2, looking for more.
This one's going to get
Coming
tight.
around, it's Kohler and Westcott, 1 and 2. Kohler's got the top spot. Westcott into 2. Lashinsky holding on to 3. Final turn, final straight. Parker Kohler in control, but here comes Alec Westcott giving it all he's got. Battling down to the line. Let's go, Parker.
This fight for
Kohler
3rd
gets
is
the
no
win.
joke.
Westcott for 2.
Oh.
Side by side finish for 3.
And if we had better lighting, I'd ask to go under the hood on that one.
Yeah.
too,
7-year-old
because
intermediates.
I could play it, but it's,
Yeah, it was pretty dark over
Colson
there.
Holmes and Peanut.
Let's go, Gray. Grayson. Grayson.
Okay, riders, random start. Riders ready, watch the gate.
Out of the gate, it is the 47. Wow, Holmes goes from about 5 over to 1 in a hurry. It will be Holmes with the lead. Holmes on the top spot. In the 2 spot, that is going to be Bennett. Bennett Jameson in the 2. Riding in the 3, that's going to be the 71 of Grayson Furman. And in the 4 spot, Peanut. I'm told his name is Hayden Lane, but he prefers Peanut, so Peanut it is. It's going to be Holmes on the top spot. Benny the Jet riding in the 2 spot. But here comes Furman as they come down to the line. Holmes gets the win. Jamison gets the 2. Furman's going to pick up the 3. Peanut there for the 4. 8-year-old intermediates, we got Jackson Wilcomb, Everett Harry, and Noah Neiman.
Now, Luke, I don't know about you, but it's about 9:30. Is it past your bedtime yet?
You know, I should go to bed early, and I just can't.
Yep.
Out of the gate they come.
The alarm still goes off.
It does.
In the center,
Yeah.
Harry coming from
And
the
then I'm like,
outside.
why'd I stay up so late?
Side by
Yep.
side to turn
Yeah.
number 1. It looks
As
like
I'm
Wilcomb
on my 12th cup
outpowers
of
him into
coffee.
the
Yeah.
turn.
Yeah.
Your leader is going to be Jackson Wilcomb. Noah Neiman in the 2 spot. Back in the 3 spots.
Well,
gonna
we're
be
both
Everett
morning
Harry.
people.
Oh, yeah.
As
It's
they
just-
head towards turn
it's-
number 2, it's still
yeah.
going to be Jackson Wilcomb, the Pittsburgh rider, out in front. Looks like he's been out in front all night. Going to keep it that way for the 3rd round. Wilcomb stretching it out now around the last turn. Jackson Wilcomb. 2nd spot, still Noah Neiman. Here comes Everett Harry trying to say something about it, but it's going to be Wilcomb to the
Maybe.
line. Neiman and Harry finished 2 and 3.
You know, I love Pee Wee Herman growing up and
Yeah.
the conversation we were having. And I was just thinking, like,
Roswog and Donovan.
technology today, it's great,
Yeah.
but, you know, kids are on their phone and playing games all the time. But I was just trying to think, like, the 2 biggest things in my life at that age, my baseball glove and my bike.
Coming
Yeah,
out of the gate,
yeah.
I see a
I
good
mean,
spot
I-
for
Your bike
Furcat.
was the freedom.
It was
Furcat's
freedom,
gonna have the lead. It
exactly.
looks like
That's
maybe
you
Turbo
teach a
Tyler
kid to ride a
Thomas there in the
bike,
2nd spot.
you're giving them their
Furcatch and
first
Thomas.
taste of
Thomas
freedom
can't quite
they've
make
ever
the
had.
move. Furcatch squirts out to the lead. It'll be Furcatch on the top. Thomas in the 2. Back in the 3 spot, we are looking at a battle. I'm going to say maybe the 7 moving in there. That's going to be Frank the Tank Roswog. It's still Furcatch and Thomas riding 1 and 2. Furcatch has the top spot. Jackson Furcatch with the lead. Turbo Tyler giving it all he's got, but he's going to have to settle for 2nd this time. Good battle for 3rd. Going to be about a side-by-side scorer's call for that 3rd spot.
That was a close one for 3rd.
Moto number 17. We're up to the 13-year-old intermediates. Putkamp, Williams, Fisher, Uteg, Kirkland, Hollabaugh, and Galvin.
I'm surprised Jeff doesn't have a light over there.
Well, you're right. Yeah.
You know,
Something so you can read the paper.
Coming out of the gate, wow, Galvin with the greatest gate I've
Maybe
seen
that's
all
why
night.
Dan's there
It's
holding
gonna
his
be Galvin
cell
with the
phone
big
light.
lead
That's
coming
right.
to
I got a
turn
funny
number
story
1.
about that, Luke. We
And
were,
not gonna hang
my wife
on
and
to
I
it
were
till
in
they come
Ireland,
onto that 2nd straight.
my wife's nickname in college was
Catching the number
paparazzi
here,
because she
it is
takes
the
pictures
3
of
and the 28.
everything.
Let's go
Well,
with
that is extended
Leah
into our
Putkamp.
married life.
Okay.
Putkamp
And she
took the
takes
lead in
pictures
turn
of
1 away
everything.
from Galvin.
So, you know, number 1, we're in
Still gonna
Ireland,
be
which is
Putkamp with the
amazing.
lead. Here comes
But we're
Galvin.
driving on the
He's
opposite
tubing
side
out
of the
in
road,
front.
and it's in a
Third spot,
manual.
Della Kirkland,
So
hoping to pick up the
I'm a
pieces.
very
Coming
good
down to the
manual
line,
driver,
Putkamp
but it's
for the
different
win. Galvin
when you're
for
using your
2.
left hand.
yeah.
Right?
Oh, yeah.
Like, it's weird.
14-year-old intermediates. We got Saget.
So we get to our Airbnb,
Morrow
this cute little
and
place,
Santos.
and she says, I can't find my phone. I'm like, well, where do you think you lost it? Well, you remember that place we stopped to take a picture of a sunset about an hour back? I think it fell out of my pocket when I got in the car there. So I'm like, all right, so
Coming out of the gate,
we're,
it's going to be Santos
we're
from the
going, and we
outside.
drive back,
Christian
and we find
Santos
this
gonna have the lead in
random
turn number 1.
driveway where we had stopped.
Battle between Morrow
She's like, well,
and
get
Saget
your
for
flashlight
second and
out
the
on your
third.
phone. I said,
It's Sandy Santos.
I don't have
out in
that
front.
app,
It's got the
and
top
we're-
spot pulling away now.
we're on
Second spot's gonna
international
be the
data. You don't
75,
want me to
Ethan
use it.
Saget.
She's like, you have an iPhone. It has a
Santos,
flashlight. I said,
Saget,
no, it
1,
doesn't. I
2,
never
Morrow
downloaded
in the
it.
3 spot.
I was
Around
30
the
years
final
old
turn
and
and
learned
onto
that
the
my
final
cell phone came
straight.
equipped with a flashlight.
It's going to be Santos
Yeah.
picking up another
I
one.
mean, now my kid can do
Give the
more
win
on my
to Sandy.
iPhone.
Yeah.
than I
Sandy
can,
for the
so,
win. Second
yeah.
spot Morrow. Third spot Saget.
Yeah. But there was a time where you had to download something to be able
Oh,
to
yeah.
use your
Moto
flash
number
as an app,
is
as a
19.
flashlight.
Kelmetti,
But did you find it?
Yeah, we did.
Okay.
Yeah.
Was it in that spot?
It was.
Or was she like,
No,
I guess I had it the whole time.
Yeah, oh, I would have been mad. I'd have been fit to be tied. Yeah. Have you been?
Not that I've ever
Right.
experienced that.
Yeah, no.
Start
No,
heading
never.
down the first
Yeah.
straight.
Have you been to Ireland, Luke?
No, it's on the list.
Okay.
Pedals his way to the front. Calvetti around the outside. Achenbach's going down low. It's Achenbach in a 2. Now Calvetti had the momentum, comes by him on the second straight. Everything happening behind Jimmy Morrison. Morrison's got the lead and pulling away now down
And
the third
some.
straight. Morrison, Calvetti, and Achenbach, 1, 2, and 3. Morrison in control. Takes it down to the line. Give your win to Jimmy Morrison.
I'll tell you that.
Calvetti for the 2, Achenbach for the 3.
That third straight, they call that a rhythm
Moving to the
section.
girls now.
It's
Girls
fascinating watching these
Eliana
older
Zimmerman,
experts, how
Gabriella
quickly
Williams, and
they can
Arya
roll
Kowal.
through that rhythm section versus these young kids
Yeah.
that are still learning those pump techniques and how to keep their momentum up and down and over these.
So one of my favorite parts of your event was the first year. You asked us to do the ending, which was the finish, was
Yeah.
a lot of fun. It was awesome.
Yeah. I'm hoping to bring that back next year.
Yeah, that was on me.
Nah, Luke,
out of town.
Yeah,
But
I understand. Yeah.
We as we were talking to people and asking them, because you had the finish here at the
Right
BMX
here.
track.
Zimmerman.
And it was
Giving
great
it
to
all
hear
she's
people
got,
say,
but can't
I haven't been on a
gain any
BMX
ground.
track since I was a kid,
Yeah.
or didn't have that experience.
Kowal still out in
But
front.
it was
Arya
just kind of
Kowal.
interesting to
Yeah.
get their stories on
Took
how
the
maybe
first two,
BMX
looking
played a
for
role in
three.
getting them
There's a
And
started.
getting them
One
on a
played
bike.
for a
Yep,
reason,
absolutely. And I think
right
a lot
there,
of people,
Kowal picking up the
that's how
win.
they started. Because this is kind of
Zimmerman's
your
gonna get
first
the
chance
2,
to
Williams
race.
will get the 3.
And a lot of road
More
racing or
experts now on the
mountain
gate.
bike racing
Kirkland,
Yeah.
Weldon,
doesn't start
Gillen,
till you're 10,
Schumann,
11, 12 years
Cesari,
old.
and another
This starts at 2. I mean, I think last year they had a 1-year-old out there on a balance bike. So you're exposing them at a young age, and that's where that passion grows.
Out of the gate they come, coming from the outside. Into turn number 1. I'm going to say Weldon.
Weldon and who's
It
that?
is the number
Harry on
8 of
2?
Weldon with the top spot. Riding in the 2 spot is going to be the 30 of Seth Kirkland.
Kirkland, that's who it is.
Weldon and Kirkland riding 1 and 2.
Ooh, and that
Looks
third
like Cesari
position's
riding
coming
in that
after
3 spot.
Kirkland.
Coming around a turn, Weldon looking strong. Seth Kirkland right there for the 2 spot. Coming down to the line, Weldon's going to get the win. Here comes Cesari.
Oh! Pipped him
Kirkland
at
back
the
to
line.
3.
I could call that one from here. He got him by about a half a wheel.
Okay, moto number 22. 11-year-old experts, Sempless, Mitchell, Delaverne, and Sherman.
Okay, riders, random start. Riders ready, watch the gate.
Coming out of the gate, Sempless pedals hard from the outside. Looks like
Some
maybe
of those kids
Williams
are just
coming across.
absolutely flying coming out of that gate when
Mitchell.
it drops.
Coming out of the turn, that's still going to be Sempless on the top. Sempless has the lead. Going to say the 73 of Jacob Mitchell in the 2 spot. Sempless and Williams riding 1-2. Good battle for the 3 and the 4. Going to say Delaverne holding off Sherman at the moment. Coming around the last turn, it's going to be Vincent Sempless all alone on the lead. Sempless will be on the top spot. Jacob Mitchell will get the 2. Coming in for the 3 is going to be Delaverne with Sherman in the 4. The 12-year-old experts now, moto number 23, Pascuzzi, Bowers, and Miranda.
Okay, riders, random start. Riders
Did you do any riding when you were over in Ireland, or just?
Oh yeah, I
did
actually
you-
raced when we were
you?
in there. Yeah, it
Good
was
start for
again
Miranda
on the
here
opposite side of the
inside.
road. Whole different experience.
I'm
Just
going to say maybe
Yeah.
Bowers, though, coming out to the front. Coming out of the turn and on to the second. It is going to be Bowers. Miranda holds on to the 2. The 39 back in the 3rd spot is going to be Pascuzzi. Out in front, King Kitty Bowers. Micah Bowers brings it on to the last straight. Bowers is going to have the lead. The 2nd spot looks like Ivan Miranda. And Jack Pascuzzi is going to be in there for the 3.
and it's interesting, Luke, is like
More experts.
there's the
13-year-old
international
experts, Sandra
governing
Young,
body
Hunter
for cycling,
Harmon,
which
and
is called the
Ethan Hasbrook.
UCI, and then underneath it, every country has its own governing body. So America has USA Cycling, Ireland has Ireland Cycling, or British has
Out of
British
the gate they come, looking
cycling.
for the man in
Germany
black
has
in
the
center. It's gonna be
BDR.
Ethan
Like
Hasbrook.
it's
Hasbrook
in
up and over is going to have
all
the
the
lead.
rules
It's gonna
in
be a
each
battle between
international or
Harmon
in
and
each
Young for that
national
2 spot.
organization are
Hasbrook
slightly different the
coming
way
to
they
turn
do
number
things.
2. It is the 2 of Hunter Harmon
And the
holding on to the
UCI
second spot.
governs
Hasbrook
all of it. And usually
Harmon are
the
1-2.
national governing bodies will
Xander
adopt the
Young
UCI
riding in the 3
rules,
spot.
and it's a whole process.
Ethan Hasbrook
There's a lot of
around the last
politics in
turn.
cycling.
Bringing it down to the line, it'll be Hasbrook, followed by Hunter and Young. Motor number 25, 14-year-old expert.
Do people get divided?
Sundquist,
We like
Schumann,
this over
Weilacher,
this,
Sherman.
and
Oh,
okay.
absolutely. Yeah, yeah. So
Take that roller out.
now they're talking about track modifications over there. I think I just heard take this out or that out. Or, yeah.
So, you know, the other part I want to ask you about too, about the people that come in to take part in your event, they're coming from some beautiful spots in our country.
Oh, yeah.
They're visiting, and you've been to a lot of those locations as well for events.
Yeah.
But I think if you've lived here all your life, sometimes it's hard to kind of take yourself, step back and look and say, oh yeah, you know what, we do live in a great place.
Yeah,
But you hear that a lot, that people really love what we have here.
There's something about here,
Coming
you
in
know. I
and out of
mean,
the last
I think
turn.
one of the things for me,
Purchase
Luke,
with
is
a
we
big
still get all
lead.
4 seasons.
Looks
You know,
like
we
it's gonna
we still
be,
get spring,
Sundquist
and then we
coming
get
in
fall
for 2.
spring, and then we get fall summer, and then we get more snow, and then we get spring
We got
again.
Yeah.
motor number
And then
26,
eventually,
Sundquist,
usually about July
Weaver,
4th,
Williams,
we
Tovacek,
get warm weather,
Oliva,
and that
Kunkel,
stays till
15
November,
experts.
and then we get winter.
Yeah, yeah.
It's somewhere in there. The leaves do change colors, and when they do, it is spectacular. Yeah, but it's just, you know, it's a quiet place.
Coming
And
out of the gate,
one thing
it
I
looks
say to a
like
lot of
maybe
people in
Weaver on
town
the
is,
inside.
like,
Here comes Tovacek.
Titusville
Yeah,
is still a
over to come off
place
into the turn. That's
where
gonna be
you can
Tovacek now
have a
with the lead.
transaction with
Weaver back into
transaction with
two-spot.
someone, shake their hand, and
Right
walk
there with
away,
them is gonna
and
be
know
the
that it's done.
35 of
Oh,
Ty
yeah.
Williams.
It is. People
It's
will still
Kovacek,
stand by
Weaver,
their word,
and
you
Williams.
know,
Here
and that
comes
doesn't
Ty
happen
Williams
everywhere in
trying to
the
make
world
something
anymore.
happen. Tovacek, Weaver, Williams. They're still that way coming out of the last turn. Tovacek showing the way. Here comes Williams. Tovacek's going to get the win. Williams going to squeak through for the second. Weaver will get the 3.
Must be the cooler
Motor number
temperatures now that the
27,
sun's down. These races are getting
17 to
tight.
20-year-old
They are.
Or they're getting
It's going to
tired.
be Wallawander,
One or the other.
One or the other.
Delaware,
Yeah.
and McDonald.
We'll go with the temperatures. I mean, we know that these guys are the best of the best.
I'm hearing like some 80s, you know,
Yeah.
rocky workout music
Yeah,
or something.
oh, absolutely.
Wallawander looks good out of the
Yeah.
center, but a really good jump coming from the outside. That's going to be Chris McDonald. McDonald from Pittsburgh. He's got the top spot. Delaverne now squeaks into that second spot. So it's going to be Delaverne holding off Wallawander for the 2. Chris McDonald's going to have the lead, though. Down the second straight, it looks like McDonald, Delaverne, and Wallawander around that last turn and onto the final straight. It's all Chris McDonald bringing in the win. McDonald for the top spot. Jaden Delaverne gets the 2.
Nicely done.
Nicely done.
The final expert class of the night, we got Zach Bowler, Paul Schmack, and Thomas Wagner.
Maybe Zach will give us a little flair here over one of these jumps for the last race of the night.
Out of the gate from the inside.
Oh, this
and
one might
coming
get
like
tight.
crazy. That's going to be Zach Bowler. Monkey Schmack right behind him coming out onto that second straight.
There's gotta be
Schmack
more to that
trying get him all he's
story.
got. It's going to be Bowler and Schmack coming to turn number 2. Bowler's got it.
Smack it.
Schmack. Schmack looking back. Gives Bowler enough room in the turn. That's the way it's going to end up this time. Bowler going to get the best of it. Zach Bowler coming down to the line gets the win. Paul Schmack is going to come across the line in the 2 spot. And finishing out, it's going to be the Thrill Billy once again coming down the last straight. Tom Wagner going to
Yeah.
pick up 3. We got
I want to know
Stacy
the history behind that nickname as well.
Albie Mayhay and Paxton Irwin.
And here we go on the Stasics.
Oh, I didn't race. Riders, ready, watch the gate.
And they come down on the front third straight, it is going to be Albie and Paxton. Albie Nahay has the lead once again. It's the Albie and Paxton show. It'll be Albie that tops off on that second straight. Nahay
That sounds like it could be a sitcom.
coming to turn number 2. Paxton right behind him. Around that second turn, onto the third straight, it's all Albie. Albie Nahay showing the way. Final turn, final straight to go. Peg it down, coming out of that turn. Here he comes, up and over.
Nice.
Not bad for 6 years old.
Yeah, good lift.
Down to the finish line, that's going to be Albie Nahay. Paxton Irwin's going to come across the line in the second spot. That will conclude tonight's racing. You want to stick around. Gibsons are going to put on a fireworks show for us.
All right.
Nice job.
Nice job.
That was a really great show.
What a
last
great
year. I
night.
expect another one
It's a
tonight.
shame he doesn't get you down here tomorrow and Sunday.
Don't
You know?
forget tomorrow, state
But
race.
everybody deserves a day off.
Yeah, and
Registration
that's not
tomorrow
happening.
is
No?
10 to noon and racing
we have a graduation party tomorrow.
Do you?
Yeah.
All right. Where at?
But you can be. I'll leave everything here for you.
I'd get confused. There's a lot of buttons here to push.
No, I want to thank Dan for asking
Yeah.
us to be here. And again, congratulations on just all the hard work and the effort that goes into making this place look spectacular. So
It is really, it is a gem, and they work hard at it. And like you really highlighted earlier, this doesn't start the night before the first race in May. They start this, I think they're down here in February, cleaning out the kitchen and just starting to get the ball rolling. And the board meets every month.
yeah,
Because they are a 501c3, so they're required to do reporting and everything. And it's, yeah,
Chef Hasbrook is back.
Chef Hasbrook. Yeah. All right.
Oh, really?
Yeah, nice.
Okay,
Is there any of that sweet corn left? All right.
awesome. All right,
I'll just have some sweet corn. That sounds great. Yeah.
hamburger.
I
Adam, you want chicken strips?
What about Cullen?
Cullen, what do you want?
Nothing? You watching your figure? Yeah.
No, we appreciate. Well, yeah, we'll be
Yes,
down.
We'll be down.
Thank you.
So, Luke, I don't remember last year. Do you broadcast the fireworks?
Yeah, we'll show those here.
Yeah.
Event tonight was on Stream TV, so it was live. So make sure that I'll put a link up on our Facebook page so everyone
In a
can
month.
go back and watch tonight's
No,
race.
we'll have it tomorrow.
And also, the kids can sit out here on the starting hill if they want before the fireworks. After the fireworks are over, lights come back on, you're more than welcome to practice for a little while.
It sounds like it's going to be an all-nighter here at
Also, all
Drake
our pictures
BMX.
this weekend have been taken by Mr. Aaron Puttcamp, and we've decided to take care of the cost, so everyone's pictures will be without the watermark this weekend, so everyone can have the pictures that they want.
Wow.
That's great.
Very cool.
Do you think he's got any good ones of Colin over there that we can
Nah.
put up in the
They're probably
in
all
the
of him,
morning drill show?
all of him with his hands like up to his neck, like no, knock it off.
I didn't see that camera pointed our way, thankfully.
No.
Yeah.
You know what, Dan? I gotta say, Dan came up and talked to us last year.
Yeah,
I
he
know he's
did.
been like really busy.
Yeah. Yeah.
Tonight.
Yeah.
But
It's a busy job running an event like this. I mean, I know I talked to him Wednesday night, and he said, yeah, I'm off work Thursday and Friday to get ready. And that replicates similar to what I do with the gravel race, is I take a whole week to set up and to get everything ready. And because unlike Dan with having a closed course, I'm out on public roads. So
Yeah.
there's, I can only do certain things in prep. So it takes time. So, yeah. And Andy's down here, I swear Dan's down here every day with like surgical scissors cutting the grass. I mean, it's unbelievable. Every time I see him down here, I swear to you, Luke, he is mowing the grass. I didn't know grass grew that quickly. And he's got a ruler and scissors. It's almost like watching a good barber, a master of their craft.
That's right. That's right. It's funny how you take your kids' interests.
Yeah.
Dan, obviously a soccer player.
Yeah. And he's coached for years.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
But, we didn't play soccer. Amy and I played other sports.
Yeah.
But our kids took an interest.
And now you guys are the league directors of Titusville
youth
soccer.
Yeah.
Yeah. But you follow what they do. You follow their passion. That's or at least give them the opportunity to find their passion.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Even that 4 years we traveled the world for Cullen as a amateur ping pong player.
Yeah.
We didn't, we knew it wasn't going to work out for him.
He told me he did underwater basket weaving. Now I'm hearing it's ping pong.
Well, that was
both?
afterwards. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, when the ping pong thing.
So he's a man of many talents.
Oh no, there was no talent, so we had to come back.
Okay.
And, yeah.
All right.
But that's when he got into the underwater basket weaving.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's whatever their interests are. You just sort of.
Now, did he excel more at the underwater basket weaving than the ping pong, or?
They both were bad.
Yeah. I think you're getting the death eye over there.
I am.
Yeah.
Gibson Fireworks with the display coming up here. I would say you have a couple minutes to either position yourself at home if you've got a nice view of the Ed Myer complex area, or to come down and find a location.
Yeah, I mean, I'm guessing you could be sitting in Scheide Park and see them. It is the valley that changed the world.
Yes, absolutely.
You might be able to sit at the crest of Fillmore Hill and see them, which would be a pretty spectacular view. So, yeah. I know where we're at up on White Oak. You're watching them at eye level.
Nice.
Which is weird.
Oh, yeah.
Have you seen? I saw this year on some of the 4th of July stuff on the news. These drone shows.
Yeah.
Now, instead of fireworks.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know about you, but for me, part of the captivation of fireworks is the sound.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I remember being with my father, and we'd go down to Oil City to watch him, and he described these earth-shaking boomers.
Yeah.
And they're these fireworks that, shake your insides when they go off. And I talked to somebody that was at a drone show personally this year, and they were like, it was cool, but there was something missing. And I immediately said to him, noise? And he said, yeah, that's exactly what was missing, and I would generally agree. But seeing some of these that they did in the figures they're able to put in the sky with these drones and I'm assuming they're LEDs on them, the lights.
Yeah.
It's pretty amazing stuff.
I think if you have a organization that's doing that, and you compare that with somebody who is going to provide sound, it's a different experience. Mm-hmm. But you're absolutely right. When you see that, and I think your mind is saying there's something else that goes with this.
This is technology that's come into our lives.
Yeah.
Similar to cell phones, color TV, normal things. We've grown into these things, right?
Adam's like, how old are you guys?
But cell phones, for real. When we were a kid, they were a dream. Maybe Bill Gates or somebody had a bag phone.
David Hasselhoff would call his car to come pick him up off his watch.
Oh, man. I would really like to get that car.
I do, yeah. There's a guy in Pittsburgh that actually has some.
A demo, like a replica
he had
of
one,
Knight Rider.
Yeah, and he bought and found the original flag, the Foundation for Law and Government. I'm geeking out here.
Yeah.
The semi that Kit would drive up onto.
Really?
Bought it. He is in Pittsburgh.
I'm going to have to pay a visit to this.
Let me know. We'll go down
together.
Yes.
Yeah. And relive our childhood
Absolutely.
dreams.
Yeah.
I loved those kind of shows. I remember... Adam's doing important work.
I know. He's working.
Yeah. We're just sitting here having a great conversation about reliving our 80s childhood.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But, not far away from here.
Yeah.
And he's got a YouTube channel where he documents all this
really?
stuff. Yeah.
I'm going to have to look this up because that's pretty fascinating.
Yep.
And I did not know that. That's cool. That was a, yeah.
It is.
He was before his time with a cell phone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that, again, we would joke, when did we have to be home when we were kids? When the street lights came.
When the street lights came on. Yeah.
But, just to be able, and again, I go back, as a kid to get on your bike. So we lived on Fieldmore Hill.
Absolutely.
So my
Yep.
dad would drop us off at my grandmother's who lived in town.
Yeah.
And our bikes were always stored
Yeah.
in her garage.
And you would ride to Burgess Park and go swimming.
All day.
Yep.
All day.
All day.
We would be out bike trail or,
Yeah.
just whatever adventure
Absolutely.
that day.
Yeah.
A bunch of us would
We
just
used to go when I was a young lad. We would go on the 4-wheeler trails behind the Pleasantville baseball fields,
Yeah.
behind the Borough Building there, and we would see who could get the absolute muddiest in these cesspools of mud puddles that I look at now when I'll take my kids hiking or something on some of those same trails, and I'm like, I used to ride my bike in that. Like, I can smell that puddle, and nobody's disturbed it for days, And we would just ride right through them. Didn't even hesitate. So there.
Although
Yeah.
I've seen your car
Yeah.
as you're getting ready
Oh,
for
it's a mess.
the Roughneck Rebel
Yeah,
Roubaix,
yeah.
and it's
It is a
muddy.
train wreck.
Yes.
It is, and it really depends on the year. Some year, I think it was year 2, we didn't have any rain. And Luke, when I had to clean my car out, I literally, from marking course, I had the windows down because it was so hot. I learned a hard lesson of don't drive over 300 miles of gravel roads with your windows down. Because I took my backpack blower into my car to blow the dust out of it. Before I tried wiping it down and vacuuming it. That's how messy
That's
it
crazy.
was. Yeah, it was. Let's just say the missus wasn't very happy about that decision.
Well, we spent half a day after baseball season.
Yeah.
You come down doing a baseball or softball game, you're not thinking about the dust
No,
that's kicking around.
no.
We get back, our stuff's caked with
Yeah.
dirt.
Yeah. Well, thankfully, the city did you a favor this year, and they paved most of Ed Myer.
That's right.
So, yeah, which is a absolute asset to have that done. That is, in my opinion, a good use of funds for the city.
Yeah.
And this complex brings, between the softball tournaments, I know cross country has a big invitational down here. The track meets that are down here. Baseball tournaments.
Yeah, District 10 for cross country.
District 10 for cross country is here. This complex is a economic impact for our community, and we have these newly added pickleball courts.
Yep.
And I'm sure there's going to be tournaments that come from that, and it just, we can really do something special in this community with outdoor recreation and helping to elevate as a community events like this one. So,
You just moved back.
Mm-hmm.
Did you kind of have a sense that this kind of stuff was going on here, or were you here for the Roughneck Gravel Roubaix and you just...
No, I knew BMX was happening, and I knew, I know the old cross-country coach, Joe Koval. We graduated together, so I knew what he was doing with District 10 and bringing that here, along with the cross-country invitational. And I knew there were other, the Rotary Club does that fly fishing tournament, which is an absolute great event. They had somebody similar to an influencer that I had. They had a guy come in this year, and he's like, this is world-class fishing around here, And so I knew this stuff was here. For me, as a kid, it must be showtime.
It's showtime.
Yeah. Luke, the one thing I remember, and I'm quite sure you probably remember it, is the 3-on-3.
Yes.
The 3-on-3 for us when we were young. I got to get skinny here. You got me wrapped up in your... Yeah. But when we were young, 3-on-3 weekend, you couldn't walk through downtown Titusville. It was packed. You were shoulder to shoulder everywhere. Streets blocked off, basketball courts painted and set up. And, I have vivid memories of that. And I would love to see those kind of events back in our city again,
Well, we'll let you enjoy the...
I'm just hoping my kids don't wake up from the loud boom.
They
Sure,
wanna
my
see
wife
ya.
is too, since she's home with all three of them.
We kind of let everybody just enjoy fireworks.
Yeah.
Adam,
Luke, thank you so much.
always a pleasure. No,
Always a
thank you.
pleasure. Yep. And I will. Can I log off? and
Yeah, we'll
go get my
catch up with
sweet
you.
corn.
Yes,
All
enjoy it.
right. Thanks, Luke.
Thank you.
Have a great night.
You too. And we want to thank everybody for joining us here for BMX racing down at the Ed Myer Complex. Drakewell BMX. Big thanks to Dan Hasbrook and, well, his entire army of volunteers helping to make this happen. I want to thank our crew. I want to thank Adam Dean for joining us, Cullen Rio, and Adam Bodemer. I'm Luke Rio. Thanks for being with us here. Enjoy the fireworks here tonight.